turn your back, we should've never vexed you. You tried to tell our people we was special, and now I know we should've never left you. We should've never went away. We should've never went away from you. We should've never went astray. We should've never went astray from you.
We should've never left. I face the east to seek the peace. I pray you ease the stress. I need relief, my enemies got both feet on my neck. Gotta seek the kingdom first and you'll receive the rest. Examine daily, cause I know when I've been moving wrong. Apply the word and you know I'm moving on. Gotta get it right before all the grace is gone. I'm seeking you early, let my wake up alone.
How we forget you? You turn your back, we should've never vexed you. You tried to tell our people we was special, and now I know we should've never left you. We should've never went away. We should've never went away from you. We should've never went astray. We should've never went astray from you. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah.
I need you like right now. You always been worth my while. No, I can't get enough, and there ain't no one I can put above. You show me a way to a better love. No, this ain't regular, need you forever, yeah. Your word is everything all on display. Surely my peace has been falling away. I need your help, it's like every day, all day. Your word is everything all on display. Surely my peace has been falling away. I need your help, it's like every day. Only right there, I say.
Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Now I see the way. Gotta build up my faith. I was living life wild and caught up in my carnal ways. I was holding on to evil cause I didn't know. Then you showed me how to cut it off and let it go. Counting losses, yeah, what the cost is. Yeah, I tried it on my own, but now I need you often. Now I'm no longer bound. You gave me this life, no, I can't let you down. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. Go right now. I need, go right now. I need, yeah. All of the sinning is looking like death to me. Building myself and the people that's next to me. Gather together, no time for the jealousy. Following the play in the low, he the referee. Be ready to answer, ain't talking about jeopardy. Flipping the pages to strengthen my memory. Put in the work cause we building a legacy. Those willing I become a better me. Praying to the Lord that I don't relapse. Those willing I can't be that. Keep the laws and live, yeah, I believe that. There's pride in your eyes and you can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. Repent to die, yeah, I mean
questioned it. Now you make decisions, remember the mission, cause you wasn't brought here on accident. What you think happening after this? Back to rehearsing and practicing. Don't miss out on something extravagant. Apply what you learn when you battle it. Standing your 10 ain't no scrambling. We say that we love them, put no one above them, but we still out doing the same thing. We still from our brothers, show hate to each other, but somehow we supposed to remain sane. I came from the gutter where people don't love you, they still in their rocks to maintain. All praise for the truth is a great thing. We gather our people and make change. Ay, I can't trust myself cause I be doing too much. Ay, I can't shake this feeling, I ain't doing enough. Ay, self-examination, that's the movement to us. Ay, fighting demons daily, that is prudent to us. Ay, all of the sinning is looking like death to me. Building myself and the people that's next to me. Gather together, no time for the jealousy. Following the play in the low, he the referee. Be ready to answer, ain't talking about jeopardy. Flipping the pages to strengthen my memory. Put in the work cause we building a legacy. Those willing I become a better me. Praying to the Lord that I don't relapse. Those willing I can't be that. Keep the laws and live, yeah, I believe that. There's pride in your eyes and you can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. Repent to die, yeah, I mean that. Praying to the Lord that I don't relapse. Those willing I can't be that. Keep the laws and live, yeah, I believe that. There's pride in your eyes and you can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. Repent to die, yeah, I mean that. I got the breath when I came out the ground. I want a robe and I need me a crown. I'm using his word and we bringing this down. Them chariots spinning, they beaming around. Power with God and I'm waiting to use. I pray to my Father, he gave me the tools. I'm playing it safe and I don't want to lose. Ain't got no time, so I cannot snooze. Hey, they can persecute me, but my spirit won't die. These verses heal me when I'm walking in fire. These tables turning as the days go by. We breathing saviors as the king draw nigh. Hey, and I wanna see the glory. So much temptation for me. So how would I end my story? Hey, and if I look back, man, that's finna be a problem. Pray I never relapse. That's why we been at the bottom, shaking off the old man. I don't care nothing about him. I gotta block him, pull out a verse and I drop him, doing whatever to stop him. Hey. All of the sinning is looking like death to me. Building myself and the people that's next to me. Gather together, no time for the jealousy. Following the play in the low, he the referee. Be ready to answer, ain't talking about jeopardy. Flipping the pages to strengthen my memory. Put in the work cause we building a legacy. Those willing I become a better me. Praying to the Lord that I don't relapse. Those willing I can't be that. Keep the laws and live, yeah, I believe that. There's pride in your eyes and you can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. Repent to die, yeah, I mean that. Praying to the Lord that I don't relapse. Those willing I can't be that. Keep the laws and live, yeah, I believe that. There's pride in your eyes and you can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. You can't see that. Repent to die, yeah, I mean that.
It ain't optional for a warrior. We don't got a choice. It's not like, oh, I don't know if I should do. A warrior's mind is set on the will of God. Therefore, I got to be where it's dangerous. I got to be where people don't want to be. I got to jeopardize my life. Why? Because my life don't belong to me. I got to be a sacrifice as I was commanded to be.
I didn't really want to talk. Scalpers. Let's go. Hey. Talk is cheap, man, it's free to talk so tough. Okay, that's facts, make sure your actions adding up. Ay, one day most I gon' say that's enough. And in that day, can you drink that cup? Talk is cheap, man, it's free to talk so tough. Okay, that's facts, make sure your actions adding up. Ay, one day most I gon' say that's enough. And in that day, can you drink that cup? I done peeped the valley, tried to keep me solid, I done seen all kind of hate. Walking through the valley, demons looking at me, now they staring in my face. Don't be talking about it if you ain't about it, you should probably play it safe. When they come round that way, ain't nothing to say. It's about action, youngest bump, they lick, they talking slick till they get active. Heard they said it's up, well the father said it's cracking. Just be hopeful, don't be boastful, man, it's a bad habit. It could get tragic.
Welcome to Blog Talk Radio.
I can't say that we gon' make it out alive, but I know the battle on the line, and the spirit of fear the most high gon' despise.
To start your show now.
Your show is scheduled to start in 30 seconds.
One day most I gon' say that's enough. And in that day, can you drink that cup? Talk is cheap, man, it's free to talk so tough. Okay, that's facts, make sure your actions adding up. Ay, one day most I gon' say that's enough. And in that day, can you drink that cup?
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
that time again. Yeah. Ya es la hora. You know, power hour. Ponle atención, class is in session. Tune in for an hour, maybe more, that's a blessing. Learn from the captains and the leadership. Flee from religion, cause them churches never teaching shit. Everything you learn for your benefit. Line upon line is a requisite. Never take a deficit, yeah. That mean you take a loss if you stray from the way. You get the understanding if you study every day. Apply what you learn and bless when you pray. There's one interpretation, man, it say what it say. Ya viene el tiempo, entra para el templo. Aprende del maestro con talento. La Biblia es el centro, usando a Israel como instrumento. No te pierdas en doctrina como viento. Estudia y ora y aplica. Tiempo para Dios, ven, hace una cita. Escritura dinamita, morenos y hispanos israelitas. Oye cómo explica Israel unido en Cristo para la vida, nunca se divida. Tune in, it's the power hour. Learn your family history, don't be a coward. Yeah, tune in, it's the power hour. I said learn your family history, don't be a coward.
Yeah, history to learn. It's the power hour. 11 hour. Tune in to your history. You know it ain't no mystery. Power hour. 11 hour. You know get your history. 11 hour. Power hour.
When you look in the mirror, what do you feel? Fearlessness, austerity, masculinity, godliness. But what does your beard say about you? Get definitive results with the bold, natural sense from the manly badge of dignity beard oil and ignite the king in you, because it's important to look how you feel.
You can tell by my gait that I'm all in. You can tell by my faith that I'm all in. Front line with the truth, I'ma fall in. Even if it's a dead end, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And go to the end, going all in. Going all in. Going in, going all in. Going all in. I'm going in, going all in. You can tell by the things I'm involved in. I can lose it all for my calling. If I die for the truth, it's a win-win. And go to the end, going all in. Going all in.
Go to originalroyalty.com, get your AI image of Christ.
For real.
All right. Well, let me say depiction. They say image. People get all weird. All right. We're not saying that's Christ. We're saying you read Revelation 1:14. That's an artist rendition
Right.
of that, right? Like if I were to draw it, it would be some stick figures.
Right.
With like, black face and some squiggly hair for a fro, like, because that's the way I draw.
Right.
Right,
Big old
but-
teethus.
Right.
Remember the clock.
Yes, you saw the right. Some people, that's right. When I did the Doomsday, the countdown episode, that's right. So remember the clock, that's right. My drawing's terrible. So that's just a depiction. That 20th merch is beautiful. All right, it's always represent. We got the sweaters too. Got the frosty. It's coming. I know it's been unusually warm in some places, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It'll be here. He'll be here. We got the getbeergains.com. Yeah. What you rocking today?
Oh, I got the tobacco cedar. I mean, it's a staple. I don't know what to
That's
tell you.
right. That's your foundation. That's your foundation. I know he got his in his pocket, his usual.
The classic barbershop.
The classic barbershop.
All
Yeah, it's a
right,
nice
all
thing.
right.
It's a nice thing. I'm rocking the coconut today.
Okay,
Just coconut, nothing fancy. The coconut.
Just coconut.
Nice. It's subtle. It's not overwhelmingly coconut. You know. I know some people are big on coconut.
Not eating it.
Oh, I love coconut.
Coconut. Good.
Yeah, coconut's good. Love coconut water, coconut. Man, let me tell you, they got this coconut drink. It's like a coconut milk, like a crema. I'm gonna see if I find a picture and send it to these brothers. When we went to Ecuador, but like I can't find this anywhere. Like if I could find it and it can get shipped to me, that's what. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna talk to them brothers. See if, but it gotta be refrigerated. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. It gotta be refrigerated. It's not gonna make it. My God, let me tell you. I think we stopped there like 2 or 3 times during that week that we were there the last time.
Yeah.
Because it was so good. Like they don't sell it everywhere. It's like these little kiosks in the mall. And like we went and like cleared them out. Like
Damn.
Yeah.
You bought up the bar.
Yeah, we bought them out. But like there was one day we went and everything was gone. But no, they also got like the icy, they got the ice cream, the coconut, they got the cocoa water, which was good. But the cocoa cream was ridiculous. It's like the water with the cream in it, with the milk in it.
Oh, damn. Like they shaved it off a little bit?
I don't know what they did. I'm going to take a picture of it. It is ridiculously good, bro.
Sheesh.
And then, like, some of the cream, like, assembles near the top. So, like, you got to, it's plastic bottle. So, your first, to get to the liquid, you got to kind of squeeze that little, man, it's just delicious. It's delicious. But there's, like, no sugar. That I noticed over there, they're everything like on their wrappers and stuff, they'll tell you like it's a low sodium or low sugar food.
Okay.
And I think I had mentioned it before, like even the when we go to restaurants, like I very rarely add salt to my food. It goes to show me like how messed up like taste buds are real regional. As far as like globally.
Right.
And I think like in America, like I mean I'm sure it's no surprise to everybody, very high salt, very high sugar content. Right, and not that by themselves are those things bad. There's confounding factors that go into it. As a matter of fact, when it comes to salt, unless you have some sort of blood pressure thing, most people, especially if you're working out frequently, don't get enough salt. And if you're a man, especially, so you probably could use more salt if you're a man. And you exercise and things like that. That whole 2,000 milligrams a day thing. That's like more like for your average person, maybe somebody who's high blood pressure, because that exasperates. It's not really the cause of it, it's the exasperates it. And same thing with sugar. Like it's all relative. Remember, more nutritious, less nutritious, right? I mean, everything's sugar at the end of the day. When you eat rice, even when you eat, look, people say, oh, eat whole grains and stuff. Like even when you eat whole grains, in order for your body to digestion literally means breaking it down.
Right.
Your body is going to break it down into glucose at the end of the day because that's what it likes to shuttle through to the different parts of the body that it needs. Glucose is sugar, pure sugar. So what happens is there's just sugar has no nutrition. At least when you're eating something that your body breaks down to glucose, right? Like, oatmeal or something like that. Like all carbs, it's going to try to reduce it to glucose at the end of the day. At least when you're eating that stuff, you're getting some vitamins, you're getting some minerals, right? You get some fiber with it and things like that. That's where like the less nutritious thing comes into play because everybody's like, oh, sugar is more addicting than crack cocaine and this and that. And listen, that may well be. I might have seen some study. I might have seen one study that said that. I don't know how true that is. I know we say that and we run with it, but I don't know, man. Like I can put away the sugar. I heard once you hit the rock, like you can't.
Right, you can't let go.
So I don't know if it's more addictive. I think that's a little exagerative, right? Like I think it's a little sensational to say it's because people say once you hit the crack rock once, that's you never getting off.
Damn.
I've gone without sugar. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a little extreme, but remember, we got to stop thinking of like these extremes on these things because that creates disordered eating patterns and things like that. Just there's a place for all that stuff. Just in the pyramid of things and stuff like that.
In Germany, they be having these cakes and pies, right? They be looking good as a mug. And then when you eat it,
right, it's right, yeah. Like I wanted to try KFC in Ecuador because I was just curious, right?
Yeah.
And it was a little different. Like they didn't have mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
They had like the French fries, and they were different. They were not like the potato wedges, or even the fries that they have. They don't have biscuits.
Oh damn.
Biscuit for them is like a cookie, like a hard cookie. It's not like the biscuit like we know.
Yeah, the biscuit.
Like it's not like
For
the
the tea,
buttery.
like for the tea
right,
and
it's not like
stuff.
the Chick-fil-A biscuit. Yeah, their biscuit is like a biscuit for tea. So we wanted to try it. And you know what? Surprisingly, it was good, but it was very subtle, and you could tell it was a big drop off in the salt. But I noticed a lot of their packaging, it'll tell you low salt, low sugar. So I think they're kind of ahead of the game on that sort of thing versus us here when it comes to that, hyper palatable foods make you want more and all that. Like you don't find it as much there on the prepackaged stuff anyway. So, but that cocoa water, cocoa milk water, whatever they call it, delicious.
Oh, who are you, sir? Who are you?
Oh, I'm Deacon Joshua.
Okay, all praises.
From the tribe of Ephraim. I'm still waiting for them to have the little.
Dang.
Right. On the bottom.
Yeah, didn't I say that like a month ago?
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
A couple shows.
And everybody's gonna talk about all the other offices and everything else, and I get it. I'm still waiting for them to find the good rhino sound that Eli had found for me one time.
Yeah.
And I sent it to them, and nobody ever did anything with it.
I haven't heard it again.
You know what it is? Because there's really no good burro sound. So I think at the time it was the Mexicans in the booth. I'm sorry, the Issachar in the booth.
Damn.
And they had a
shots fired.
And they had yeah, you know what? You did hear that, huh? I felt like I had a reverb on my mic earlier too. I did. I was just trying to ignore it and see if they fixed it. There's always something going on with the.
It's gone.
Okay. Somebody posted that. Hey, real quick, because I want to recap since I saw this article. I thought it was interesting with the sleep.
Wait. Who is he?
Officer Tobias.
Okay, I'll praise. I'm also
with the beard coming in.
Yes.
With the beard coming in.
Sure.
Yes.
He's making strides.
Hey, get the article that I posted earlier about the sleep. The Newsbreak article. I put it in topic content, so you guys should have it up. Yes. Okay. Let's read. I'm only gonna read some of it. I want to read a little bit of this, right? Because the title's a little sensational.
Get the people going.
Read that.
A doctor warns that it's a bad idea to wake up extra early to work out.
Now, you got to read the article because then what it's going to sound like is don't wake up early to work out.
Right.
What it's going into is that what I had mentioned, that you got to weigh it out, and if you have a big sleep deficit and your sleep hygiene's not good, you really should probably get that in order first before don't go on 5 hours of sleep and then go to the gym.
Stepping on $100 bills to pick up nickels.
Once in a while, maybe if that happens in the bigger scheme of what your plan is, then you do it. But the reality is, right, stepping over $100 bills to pick up nickels, right? You're kind of messing yourself up, right? And you got to find a way to do the sleep hygiene. Before we read the article, put the picture. This was a picture from the article. This was one quote that kind of sums it up, right? Yes, that's it. And this sleep doctor said, go ahead.
Sleep is the primary wellness habit. End of story. Period.
So before you do your detoxes, before you talk about sugar's bad, salt is bad, dairy's bad, this, that, and the other.
Bad is bad.
Bad is bad, right? And I only do this, and I'm only going to do that food, I'm only do this. But then your sleep is like crap.
Right.
None of it's really going to matter for you. Sleep is the primary wellness habit. End of story, period. That's the one thing that you have complete control over. There are no excuses for you to not have a good. It's going to be how disciplined and protective are you going to be around that time to get the rest that you need. And I'm telling you, it makes a big difference in your focus. Because if you think you're good, right? Because I remember there was a few people, man, I've been good with 5-6 hours all my life. How much better can you be if that's really the case?
Right.
How do you know? I'll put it this way. You don't know what normal is till you're not in your normal.
Right.
You understand what I meant by that?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So, I'll give you an example with the sleep thing, for example. You're thinking you're good for 5 to 6 hours because your body's gotten used to. The body's miraculous. The way the Most High made us, He's going to make you keep moving forward as much as possible.
Right.
A lot of times, these things you won't experience too much later in life, the longer-term impact on you that you had. It can move forward, right? Barring some exceptions and conditions genetically predisposed to. For example, you won't realize how good you are until you try it and step into that realm consistently, right? Or, for example, let's say when you get sick for a long period of time, right? I talk about the pneumonia because that was like the longest, like I was like a month, I think I was really jacked up. And then I noticed how many months it took for me to really kind of feel like I was before. You don't really know what feeling good is like until you have the contrast with it, right? Like you can't have the sweet without the bitter, right? Because if everything you've ever tasted was sweet in life, then how do you know how sweet it really is?
Right.
Right.
How do you know that's sweet?
Right, exactly. Or like sometimes you put a little salt in a recipe that's for sweetness. It's to bring it out more, to contrast it more. So I think I'll say that a lot with what's normal for us. You don't realize the normal until you have something like that takes you out of that. Either makes it better or makes you worse, and then you realize, oh my gosh. So, sleep is the primary wellness habit. End of story. Now, go back to the article real quick. Come on. All right, we read the headline already. Go ahead. Come on.
Dr. Nicole J. Van G. shared a list of things she'd never do as a doctor. She advised viewers to ignore any influencers who told them to skip sleep to exercise. Videos of fitness creators encouraging people to get out of bed are popular on TikTok.
Right. So she talks about that, you got a lot of these people that just tell you, go out, like you're weak, like get up and do it and so on and so forth. And scroll down, she's basically saying, that's not the case, like medically, all right? Go ahead. Not that you can't wake up early. See, the title, I think, was just to kind of get you to read the article, right? Yeah, scroll down. We're not going to watch the video. Come on. We're going to read this here, right?
In the video, which received 1.4 million views, Van G began by saying she wouldn't wake up early and trade her sleep for exercise, and warned viewers not to listen to people online who suggested they do. Do not let any influencers out here convince you that it's best to cut your sleep duration short so you can go to the gym and work out and build a better body.
Right. So go ahead, scroll down. I want to get to the part where the sleep. Go ahead, keep going. There's some guy just telling people get up out of bed. Start there, Dr. Raj.
Dr. Raj
Das Gupta.
That. A sleep specialist and associate professor of clinical medicine at the University of Southern California Keck School of Medicine, spoke to CNN in January about this topic. He told the outlet a leak of sleep.
A lack. He has it covered. Can you move the arrow from the words? Can you move the cursor from the word? There you go.
A lack of sleep can stop muscles from being able to recover from the workout. He added that exhaustion can also lead to an increased likelihood of an injury as a result of slower reaction times while participating in exercise or sport. Sleep is the primary wellness habit. End of story, period. Van Groningen reiterated in her viral video and went on to offer additional advice too. She said she would never ride a motorcycle as they lack the safety features of cars, or ride a bike without a helmet.
So she was just talking about other stuff. I mean, obviously we're dealing with the sleep thing, but she's saying like, just as a doctor, like some of these things just don't make sense to do, right? Go ahead, come on.
She added that she would never blame someone for their health status, as even the healthiest people get sick.
Right, and that's a good thing to remember, right? Because I know, like, you especially like if you're not on board with any of this stuff, and you'd be like, "Oh, why did you get sick if you're so healthy?" Right? I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Right. So she's saying, even healthy people get sick. She's not gonna judge somebody's health based on how they look and stuff. But anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted at that. All right. He said, but he said, I don't know. Floyd Mayweather was at his best waking up at 4 a.m. Listen, that's, first of all, you don't know how much sleep he's getting, right? Because to do his type of training and stuff like that, okay? And you're not telling me that he's consistently out of whack with his sleep while he's in a training camp and stuff like that. Like, I just don't believe it. I know you see snapshots of his lifestyle and his craziness and stuff like that. And then even if that was the case, you're not Floyd Mayweather. I'm not Floyd Mayweather.
Ali did it, so I can.
Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't running and training like Floyd Mayweather either. You ain't eating like him when he in a training camp. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the top doctors at your disposal with his money, the top specialists and coaches and therapeutic methods and things like that. You might not have, I'm not saying he uses roids and stuff like that, but he might have other type of drugs that he has access to that helps with recovery that are not illegal. Right? Things like that. So that you can't make a statement like that and just say that. The reality is what the reality is. You wait till you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s with bad sleep habits, and then put on top of that lack of exercise, not a nutritious diet, and let's see how that lifespan really pans out. or how the quality of life of that lifespan is as you get older. Because, Lord's will life lasts. I would like to live to what they call a ripe old age, but I want to live, not survive, if it be the Lord's will. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of our ancestors were still in their stature when they transitioned.
Yeah. And say like Caleb, we read about Caleb.
Yeah.
Caleb was in his strength all the way to his old age.
Right. Yeah, I want to roll like that. Or freaking Abraham, bro. He was banging out babies in his 90s, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Quick with it.
They call that the blue zone now.
Damn.
There's like a whole thing on Netflix about the blue zone where they found areas of the country where people have lower incidences of certain degenerative diseases, as well as longer lifespan, like strong, healthy. And they went around the world of different places, and they try to look at commonalities for those things and see.
A lot of that's in like Zebulon. I heard Zebulon be living.
Yeah, there's a I don't know if it was just Zebulon. They do have some Northern Kingdom in there. They went to a couple of Edomite places where they did live kind of long and stuff like that and healthy, but very different lifestyles. Like it's not the type of lifestyle where you're just in front of screens all day. And I mean, they have access to that stuff, but a lot of it was, especially went to the Northern Kingdom country, it was they're still farming, they're still working the fields. They don't work crazy long hours. So you would think that as he got older that he was working 12 hours on the farm. No, he was doing a 6 to 10.
And they take siestas.
Right, yeah, he was doing a 6 to 10, and that's it. He stopped his farming or whatever he did at 10 a.m. He had other people continue on with it. But, there's a lot of little things. Like, the biggest one was having a purpose to live. And that could be your job, that could be, and I don't mean a job like for somebody else, for these people it's different, right? They found something that they have a passion for and that they move with and so on. But interesting stuff. But anyway, let's get the sleep stuff out the way. We talking about part 2.
Uh-oh. Bring it out.
Part two.
Bring it out. Get your balls back.
Damn, man. My shirt is not unironed. It's just, it's a wild angle that I'm at.
Sheesh. Fix it, Jesus.
My goodness. I'm trying to, I know, because it gets all crumpled up here, right? I was looking at it now on the screen. I said, damn, why is it all crumpled up there? Anyway. Oh, damn. See, assist said Mayweather had to be in bed by 8 when he woke up at 4. Look at that. There you go. Getting his sleep.
There it is.
Getting his sleep.
That's 8 hours.
There it is.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at
There
that.
it goes.
Now, I'm telling you, there's no way he's doing the whole training camp, going to bed at midnight,
You gotta
partying.
recover.
Right. And then, there's just no way. No, before we get to that, let's do a little of the humor. Hey, so let's open it up with the Campman. Have you heard about that new flick?
No, I haven't.
Wait.
Based on all the stuff that we've been bringing out about brothers getting their balls back.
Right.
Somebody, Marvel's gonna make a movie.
New superhero.
Yes.
Right. Go ahead, put that up on the screen. New superhero. We got brothers amongst us that's like this.
Damn.
Campman.
Damn.
My wife said no.
Damn.
Hey, brother, can you go to camp? No. Can you travel to teach the words? Nah, I can't do it.
Damn.
My wife said no. Hey, brother, come on. The brothers is coming out to hang out. No.
Damn.
You're the Campman.
Going with her on that trip?
You're the Campman. Hey, and sometimes she might not say no like you asking permission. It might be you up under her skirt.
Damn. Or she give you the look.
She give you the look. She give you the inflection in her voice. You know what I'm saying? Them brothers that be on the honeymoon for the first year. See, the Bible had. Let's get there. It talks about for 1 year hanging back. Yeah, let's get that.
Wipe your ass, nigga.
Oh. for these brothers that get married, I tell them they swear they're gonna be diligent about it. There's a drop off in their performance, bro. There really is.
That's like a
bro,
thing?
I've seen it. It's like never fails. There's a drop off in their performance when brothers get married, bro. Go ahead, bring that out. You know where it's at?
Where I'm at, Deuteronomy 20.
Is that it? Let me see. Let's pull it up, bro. The Campman.
24 and 5.
24 and 5. Is that it? Let me see.
That's it.
Yeah, let's get that. Right. And this was in they were still in the wilderness when this was given. So he was letting them know, no, listen, we're about to enter in there. I got to give you the rules of engagement. Right? There was a reason behind this. Now, this don't mean brothers can use this. What I'm saying is that spirit is still there, and it's the spirit behind it. Because this was that physical war, right? So, like, they were going to battle, putting their life on the line.
Right.
And you don't need no cowards, right? You need courage. You need brothers who are going to be valiant, having faith in the Lord and not worrying about their wife and maybe even kids that they had, right? But that spirit is still here when a brother gets married. Go ahead, read this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 5. When a man hath taken a new wife, he shall not go out to war.
Why?
Neither shall he be charged with any business. But he shall be free at home 1 year, and shall cheer up his wife which he hath taken.
Right, because he knows that you just got a new wife. Where's your head gonna be?
In your new wife.
Literally and figuratively.
Damn, bro. Oh, snap, bro.
What the?
It wasn't me this time.
Yeah, but at least that was lawful.
Yeah,
He was talking about new booties in the booth.
But we didn't. What the hell
is this?
Right, you know what I'm saying? He talking about marriage is honorable and the bed undefiled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Get some help.
damn.
Also, Tobias, get out the corner, bro. Scoot over a little bit.
Yeah,
man.
but
That's like my
you're like not in the shot, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's the way they did the cameras this time.
No, bro. I literally told him to move, and he went right back to the
This
corner.
has always been my spot. I'm in the same spot every week.
Right. Hey, so like, you know, the script. So I joke with brothers when they get married. And then, you know, since I say that, it's kind of a little reverse psychology. They're like a little more cognizant of it.
Right, right.
But you can still see a drop off in the performance.
Sheesh.
Because it also said don't put him into any business. His mind's not going to be in it. Now, we don't have that luxury now. We need brothers to stay in the fight and stay in the battle and all that stuff like that because the time is short, you know? So we don't apply that, obviously. You don't get married and be like, yo, I'm taking a year off. You know what I'm saying?
About like 2 months.
I don't know, but I had one brother be like, yo, I'm taking a week or two off for my responsibilities. I just got married.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, damn. And
I ain't mad at him.
I mean,
I ain't mad at him.
I don't know, bro. I mean, you know. Remember, it says them that are married should be as though they are not.
Take away. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say there's sin in it. I just think it's a little wild. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be like, yo, don't.
Priorities.
I mean, you know, the weekend maybe. You know, okay.
So you shouldn't take like a 2-week vacation. Like
Nah. I don't think you don't take no hiatus like that. I can understand a few days, man, but you don't take no hiatus like that. You know? Yeah, I don't think so.
That's
good to know. Yeah, it's good to know.
That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying nobody's gonna demote you or write you up or anything like that. I'm just, you know.
So what you're saying is the two brothers in there with you, they probably gonna come to the table and be like, hey, D, I'm finna
yeah,
go to
can y'all cover my offices for a week?
I'm gonna keep it real.
Look.
Stop it.
Hey, I'll give it. Did Elkanah come to Monday Night Law after he got married?
I don't know. Did he?
I don't think he did. I don't think it came up for air till like Thursday.
Dang.
It was a few days.
Remember, his kids was with the Shy. See, Shy's not here. He would give us the scoop.
Damn.
Shy, we didn't.
That's true.
Nobody saw Elkanah. He wasn't in the chats. Nothing for like. What was the wedding was Sunday till like Thursday.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at him. You know
we
what I'm
didn't
saying?
see him till the closing of the what was going on? It was a feast day that night we saw. It may have been new moon that night.
Damn.
We didn't see him until that night.
Hey, if he listened later, he gonna be like, why you did that?
It was like a Thursday night or something
I'm a tough brother. Why you did
that? I'm taking notes.
Oh, man. I'm just saying, though, like, you know, come on, a couple weeks or a week. I mean.
I was thinking like 2
I
weeks.
was thinking like 2 weeks.
Like 2 weeks.
I was thinking like 2 weeks. I mean, to be honest.
Where your heart is, there's your treasure, brothers.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
facts.
You know.
I mean, I can still do my off.
But look, that's just me talking, you know? That's just me talking, you know? I'm married already. I don't know what it's going to, you know, I wouldn't know what that's going to feel like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know I got married and I just kept it trucking, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was different. Our understanding of marriage was different. And if anything, I probably would have been more excused for it back then. But I'm just saying, like, MIA, I don't know.
Okay, MIA is one thing. If
so what's MIA? You want to say shalom? You going to text on the freaking group, shalom?
Yeah, you can. If you got business that you can handle from the phone, you can do that.
No, I mean, listen. Let's say you planning something and you're gonna travel. So I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't totally. That's just me. I wouldn't totally disconnect.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, totally disconnect. Okay.
I'm talking about me.
Totally disconnect.
I wouldn't totally disconnect. Nah, like if you want to plan something, there ain't no sin in that. You want to take a few days and go somewhere or whatever.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
If you being 14, that's
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing
all
wrong with
praises.
that. I don't know. I'm different though.
Right.
Like I would still like I wouldn't. I would be bothered by what I would come back to because I left it for a week or two.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not really talking about leaving stuff. I can handle my
I
business.
don't know,
home.
bro. I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He trying to set you up early, Deke, so that way it's no surprise
I think you're right.
to you.
I think you're
Like,
right.
He's putting the bug in your ear now.
Where
So
damn man, you didn't put the fan remote over here?
Sir, I got your back.
Oh, okay, all right. That's what's up. Yeah, it's a little warm in here. Let's get it.
Why didn't
Let's
turn
get it
it
on.
on?
Hey, get me the other one about no, the one that I tagged about you don't know your wife. I re-tagged it. It's in the Abuela marriage clips.
Make sure it's plugged in, but make sure it's on. You gonna have to get up.
Did you look at it? You know which one it is? I should have titled it. Married in other countries. Shia had put that one. No, that's not it. That's not it. It's not a video. It's like a picture. No, you didn't have it up. You missed it. I tagged them all. You should have had it. Is it plugged in, right?
It's plugged
Is
in.
the power strip
Yeah,
on?
there we go.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Did you see it? Do I need to tag it again? They messing up the flow, brothers.
Oh my God.
right, he's getting it right now.
Oh my gosh. I did tag it. I
Moral of the story, don't be the Campman, brother.
Don't be the Campman. Don't be the Campman. Hey, so now we're talking about this here, right? Let me know when you got it ready. You don't got to download nothing. Just click on the link. It's a graphic.
Oh, we doing a graphic?
I mean, he's saying he's getting it right now. Like, all you got to do is click.
Is that the graphic right there? That one?
No, that ain't it. That ain't it. All you got to do is click, bro. Look, click. Is hold on, this one. Click. Boom. That's it. Do I need to tag it again? I need to tag it again.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Saying, you know. Here, let me tag it again. Cause you guys are lost. You guys just be there lost, making me wait all this time, killing momentum.
Oh my God.
Here. There you go. All you gotta do is click on the link. You don't even gotta download it. Just click on the link.
There we go.
My goodness. Okay. Now we got it. Hey, so I was watching this and I said it's hilarious because let me tell you something. You can follow all the steps that the Bible says, the stuff that I did in all the classes, and I still spare you.
Dang.
Read this.
Dad, did you know in other countries you don't know who your wife is until you get married? It's like that everywhere, son.
Damn. Oh my God.
You will not know who your wife is until you get married.
Oh my God.
See, he talking about those arranged marriages for people who didn't get the punchline.
Right.
He's like, you know, in other countries, you don't even know who your wife is until you get married.
Right.
It's like that everywhere. Proving will always be different than the marriage. Proving will.
Good to know.
So, somebody finger on the bomb. They
Dang,
very
for real. That's
enthusiastic
like the
about
third
that one.
one. Damn.
They enthusiastic. They feeling that. They feeling what I just said. They feeling it. They feeling it.
That for the record.
Oh,
Damn. Eli.
Damn. You will not know who your wife is until you get married.
Facts.
You know?
And if they listen to that show you did about the representative,
Right.
Damn.
Right.
then they would understand that.
Hey, and let me say something. It's not the same for men. Men are pretty simple.
Right.
We are pretty easy. Can you get me the one where with the bearded guy? I forgot his name. He's one of those conservative Edomites, but he be on point sometimes. He says some good stuff. I forgot his name. The bearded brother. Yeah, that's him. Let's watch this and turn it up, all right? It's not the same for men. Men are very simple.
Right.
I'm talking about in the truth. Let me just say that. You can wind up sleeping with the enemy and marrying a stranger.
Right.
Because if the man is still carnal, let me give it that caveat. Let me say that. Let me say that. You can marry somebody because a man's deception would be everything he did to try to win you, and then he's not really like that, right? Because remember, like Zerubbabel said in Ezra's, a man will rob, steal, go out of his wits for a woman. And then once he's obtained it, once he's conquered it, and it might not even be a one-hitter quitter. Right. You know what I mean? It might not even be that he wanted, because there's some guys that's like that, right, in the world. They want to hit it once and then they done. Some might want to keep you for a season. You know what I'm saying? And then you see the other side of them. So that is very real. But generally, a man in the truth, what you see is what you're going to get. Especially if you don't backdoor it and you take the time to prove it. In general, men's fundamental needs are the same across the board. There's variance. There's some that might like a little more. Some, right? Like, you know.
Preferences.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I'm going to put myself out there, all right? And maybe if leadership happens to check this out, they might joke on me. I know a lot of times you hear the leadership say, you know, I don't want to talk. You know, I don't want to talk. Like, just, you know. I do enjoy speaking with my wife occasionally. Okay? See, all that talking stuff you do now, y'all, when you're proving, you can't wait to get on the phone and catch up and stuff like that. After you're married for a little while, you're not really
talking like that.
Nah.
Damn.
The conversation's kind of. I got a really nice article that I'll eventually bring out on another episode, but the conversations eventually lead to more about you know, what's up with the kids, what's up with work, what's up with what we're going to do here, what's up with what we're going to do there. They're not the same type of dialogue that you had when proving. It doesn't really go that way. But I know, like, you'll see, like, you know, some guys be like, you know, I don't really care to talk to you. I like to talk occasionally. Occasionally, right? Not always.
Disclaimer. Occasionally.
So what I make that point to say, in general, what I'm about to show you fundamentally is what every man wants. And then the other little nuanced stuff, because it's like a scale, right? There's some things like, you know, you might have a husband that don't like touching too much. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't like the whole, you know, I'm not gonna cuddle with you type of thing. And I'm not talking about like after having sex. I'm talking about like in general. You know, he don't want to sit on that. Like, you know, it's hot. Like, don't sit on me when I'm on the couch watching a movie. It's hot. You know, if you do it, it's like until I get hot. And then when I move, don't be offended. Like, just move because it's hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Like who sleeps together the whole night holding each other?
Hell
Like,
nah. My arm already asleep just thinking about it.
right? You know what I'm saying? The arm gonna go to sleep. You're gonna get hot. You know what I'm saying?
You get hot.
It's 9 times out of 10 it's because you get hot.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, maybe just the heavy breath, the heavy breather, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, give it a rest. You know what I'm saying? Give it a rest. But in general, like I said, going back to the meme, okay. My wife said 5 minutes at a time. Like,
damn.
That's it. I'm good for 5 minutes of cuddles. I'm good for 5 minutes. That's it. After that, it's. All right, but we brothers, we gonna put this out there because remember we talking about sisters, but this still relates to you as men, okay? Because what we're doing is we're hipping you to some stuff with the women. And if you're a man that's not sure, because many of us didn't have fathers to teach us and tell us these things, right? And it don't mean we didn't have fathers with us per se, but maybe your dad was not like that. Maybe this wasn't something that was taught. Maybe you were more along that macho thing where the emotional intelligence was low, right? And it was just like, you know, don't cry, don't do this, just, you know, hide it all and be tough.
Feel.
Right? Don't feel, basically, right? But men feel. We just express different.
Right.
Let me say that again slowly. Men feel. We have feelings about everything.
Right.
We just express it different. And it's masculine feelings about everything, unless you're like a real effeminate guy, because that is a thing. That's why it's called effeminate. All right? But we just express different. It's not the same way women feel, right? Remember, at the end of the day, our core is logic, it's rational, right? So we're going to show a couple of videos that kind of backs that up, all right? Let's watch this guy right here. Come on.
Matt Walsh.
Here's the cheat code. This is what every man wants. This is how you make him happy. He wants to walk in the door after work, and his children run up to him and say, "Hi, Daddy," and they give him a hug. And his wife comes over and smiles and kisses him.
How come it's
Dinner's
not up on the
stove.
screen?
Everyone is happy and glad to see him. I mean, and that's all. It really is as simple as
Run it back.
If a
Run it
man-
back.
Man came in loud as hell.
I know, like not even discreet. Like not even like, yo, they're on air. Bro, go ahead and sit down, bro. Oh, so go fix the camera. No, they got the video up right now.
Oh my God.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Play the video.
He's trying to whisper, but everybody
Here's the issue. This is what every man wants. This is how you make him happy. He wants to walk in the door after work, and his children run up to him and say, "Hi, Daddy," and they give him a hug. And his wife comes over and smiles and kisses him. Dinner's on the stove. Everyone is happy and glad to see him. I mean, and that's all. It really is as simple as that.
Stop.
If a man has...
That's it.
Simple.
He said he wants to come home from work or whatever it is. He come back. He wants the kids to run to him. "Hi, Daddy, we missed you."
Right.
Wife come over, kiss, whatever. "How's your day?" And don't expect me to really tell you how my day was. Right. But it's nice that you asked.
Thank you. Right.
Right?
Yep.
It's like I don't, you know what I'm saying? People are like, "Well, I ask and you always say it's all right." Well, because we express different.
Right. Bring it
Right?
out.
We express different,
Right.
right? And that's really all he wants. But he's going to expound a little bit because there's some variation. Go ahead. Come on.
has almost everything he needs in the world. Of course, now, it can't be like that every day. And every family is different. Every situation is different. There might be a situation where maybe both spouses have to work, especially in this economy. Maybe the man works a different shift, so he's not really coming home at dinner time anyway. My point is simply to convey to you how easy it is to make a man happy, how simple our desires actually are, how comparatively little we actually want, how love and affection and gratitude are the things that we really need in our marriage. So, if your husband seems bitter and angry, you might consider whether you have given him any of those things anytime recently or at all. Be a secret here.
Damn, or at all.
He said if he seems bitter, if he seems angry.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, again, depending, right, on the man,
Respect.
some affection, respect's at the top of that list.
Absolutely.
Because that's how we perceive all those type of behaviors.
That's
right. Not like the disrespectful way. This guy just walked into the damn radio show.
Right.
Like, bro, he walked in like Kramer on Seinfeld. You know how he would open that door? Can you give me that clip? I'm gonna show you how Shia walked in because it was off camera. All right.
Sharing one hand.
First of all, he's all late, right? Like just all. He's like, but I told you, and it was to get something for the editing and this and that. He's all mad late. All right. Somebody get the Kramer when Kramer opens the door. If you don't know what I'm talking about for Seinfeld, all right?
That's funny.
Jeez. You talking to a 90s baby that's on this computer.
Oh,
Seinfeld what? Kramer?
He don't know Seinfeld.
Wow, just put
We gotta
Seinfeld
know. We
Kramer
gonna help him.
opening the door. Like,
He knows Google. He Google.
go ahead. You got to go back to the way he slides in. There we go. That's
Damn,
it. That's
he
the
slid in
one.
the slide.
That's it. Let me show you how a Shia.
slid in the slide.
Let me show you how a Shia came into the damn show. So he late. He know he late, right? He had the foresight to say, "Hey, so I don't interrupt the show. Ruvain, you sit on the side there, or Tobias,
Right.
so that I can just come in off camera and
He had
not
it mapped
interrupt
out.
anything."
He had it mapped out.
This dude damn near broke down the door and freaking came in here just now. So, let me show you how a Shia came in. Go ahead. That's exactly how he just walked into the damn radio show.
Slid in the slide.
What the hell is this?
No, I ain't wearing slides.
He
slid
slid
in
in
the
them
slide.
slides up into the show. Oh my
One more
God.
time.
Oh.
With the socks and everything.
There it is. Like that. Just boom, popped in. That's it. We don't need no more of that. That's it.
I'm glad to be here. I'm glad
Welcome.
to see you guys.
Welcome.
Shalom.
Oh,
Shalom.
shalom.
Welcome.
I was listening
Yeah.
in while on my way over here. All praise.
Oh, okay. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. So how many?
You didn't answer.
Damn.
I love you, Alki. I love you.
But we gotta bring. It's for the benefit of the show. We gotta talk about this stuff.
I think I tried to call them or I messaged. Oh, no, you know what? I told my wife, leave him alone. I said, leave him alone. I think I messaged him, but I kind of left him alone. But like for like 3-4 days.
Nothing, huh?
No, so he left his kids with me on Sunday. He didn't pick them up till like Thursday, Wednesday,
Thursday, like night.
something like that. It was a feast
Or
day.
like Friday before the feast.
It was no. He picked them up before the feast. I was like, "Hey, you're alive." Well, he came to my house. I was like, "Hey, you're alive." All praises. All praise.
Well, if you heard, we were talking about Deuteronomy where it
Yes,
says
yes,
don't give him
yes.
no business and
Yeah,
stuff. So, a sister asked a question. So, my child's father would ask about his day. Actually, does something. He gives me some intel. Is he making it up? No, listen, that's the little variation where I said that maybe he does want to do that, you know? So that, again, that's like the more uniqueness of the individual, right? There is individual. We're not all the same, right? Because then what's the point, right? Like, it's just cookie cutter. I'm talking about fundamentally what we want are these things, right? And then inside, that's the part where it should be interesting, that it gets nuanced, that you learn about your husband and what does please him, what doesn't, and the harmony in that marriage really comes in from. Listen, the wife has a very big role,
right,
to be the husband. And think about it. If it's give me Ephesians 5, where he says, it's a great mystery, but I speak of Christ and the church, all right? And I don't want to lose my thought, but go ahead.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 32.
Oh, somebody said the audio keeps coming out. Somebody said the audio is off. Is the audio off? Did you trip one of the cords or something when you came in, Kramer? No. Can y'all hear us?
The audio is definitely not off.
They said it cut out about 3 times, some people saying. Maybe it's your internet. I don't know, but it's like 3 or 4 different people that said it. So
sound like some Android users.
Okay.
I'm listening
All
to
right.
it on my phone.
So to have harmony, there's some tips, right? There's let me be clear. Anything that I tell you is not the cure-all. All right? But these are things that if applied consistently, you should see improvement in things that are going on. Or if you apply them from the outset, you should see improvement going on, right? This is if one or the other hasn't kind of lost each other. Then you might need deeper intervention, right? Because along the way, bitterness and distance builds up, and if things weren't resolved. And when I've counseled marriages, one of the biggest things I see when they both try to make an effort, okay, is the frustration comes back right away the minute some of the old behaviors displayed, and the expectation of how long it should take. Your marriage didn't get to that negative point in a week, so you shouldn't expect the resolution in a week, right? You have to build upon it. And I've seen some severe cases where people have been kind of at each other's throats for years, and they think even a few months things should be 100%, and it's not going to be that easy. It really depends on where that went, where the feelings went, what level of bitterness and strife and grudging were in both parties' hearts in order for you to overcome that. So it takes a sustained effort. The second thing I see that makes it an error, before I get back to this, is that the forgiveness hasn't really happened. And I've said this a bunch before, in general, not just in marriage. Forgiveness is really for you. Though you forgive somebody for the act, who was offended by that act?
You were.
You were. So forgiveness is a letting go. That's really the root of forgiveness. You have to let it go, okay? Let it go.
Let it go.
You have to let it go. And a lot of times, there's the second big issue I've seen in a marriage. First is the timeline. The second big issue that I've seen in marriages that are trying to recover from things and issues is they haven't really forgiven. They've forgiven verbally. They've realized that the scripture says this isn't something that we can be divorced for, so I'm going to make the effort, right? Because, I'd rather be happy than miserable. But they don't really find a place of forgiveness in their hearts. And it's hard sometimes, right? Because you might forgive some things and not all. There's always going to be, and especially women, they got memories like elephants when it comes to stuff like that, Like my wife will move something and forget where the hell it is like 10 minutes later. But she'll remember some random thing from like 5 years ago that I said to offend her. I'm like, what the?
It be like that.
Right.
Yeah, it be like
that. And then I don't even remember what the hell I said. So then I'm like, damn, did I really say that? I'm like, I didn't say that. Right. I'm better than most when it comes to things like that with my memory. So I'll say that. But and so what I'll see is that the steps aren't really working because they don't want to play each of their parts. So if you've really forgiven, what your behavior in marriage in general is never contingent on what your husband does or what your wife does. You still need to play the role as your husband, and then there's conditions in there as far as how you deal with it. But the wife understanding this, right? It's really up to you to kind of have that to keep that harmony. in what's going on. This is why they say they're a pillar of rest. They're a strong tower against death. And that's why I say I know it's not easy for these women sometimes, especially how men have been brought up mostly to not express, right? Or we express it. It's not really what it is. It's not to take an excuse away from your outliers or your extreme ends of men who, lash out with violence. And I don't mean physical, but maybe they're breaking things in the house. Maybe you have some that are maybe they go drinking, whatever it is. But the woman has to understand your role in understanding what we're about to read in Ephesians 5. I'm going to explain this in a second. Let's read this really quick, okay?
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 32. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless.
They keep saying that my mic's going in and out.
I'm on it.
Everybody's here talking about that, and it's a bunch of people, though.
I got the headphone on my.
Okay.
I'm listening.
All right, okay. Go ahead, read this from the top again.
This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular.
All right, so he says this is a great mystery. He just spoke about marriage. He says, but I speak concerning Christ and the church. So what he's letting you know is that if you want to understand marriage, then you really need to increase your understanding of the relationship between Christ and the church. The church being the Israelites, right? You read that in Acts where it talks about the church in the wilderness, right?
Acts 7.
Right. So what is Israel's role in their relationship with Christ? Be in service to Christ.
Be obedient.
Be obedient to Christ. Acknowledge that Christ is your head and move as such.
With joyfulness and gladness.
With joyfulness and gladness of your heart, right? And learn what is pleasing to Christ.
Right.
That's the main part that I wanted to get out of that. You have to know what is pleasing to your husband, because the marriage is a dichotomy of the relationship between Christ and Israel.
Right.
And our job is to learn what's pleasing to Christ, the things that are going to get us in his good graces.
Right.
Not the other way around. That's going to lead us to Abuela in a little bit when she says, a lot of you want a husband, but you don't want to be wives.
Right. That part right there.
There's a difference. A lot of you sisters will ask, oh, you ready for poo? You ready for? Yeah, I'm ready. You're ready for a husband, but you're not ready to be a wife.
Right.
Right? Yes. It says you want to be married, but you don't want to be a wife. Okay? So we're going to play that in a minute. So you have to understand that piece of it, right? Man, I get annoyed that they're saying the audio is going in and out. Okay, a lot of people saying it's going in and out. So that's just the devil. I don't know. Okay, so let's play this real quick. I'm jumping around. I was gonna still deal with something else, but let me play this really quick. Go ahead.
Sis, can I share something with you? I know so many women that want to be married.
Stop.
And
I know a bunch of women that want to be married.
Right.
And this is why I get that it's well intentioned. Like when we're trying to get a brother to get married, or you're trying to get a sister. Like it's well intentioned, but I also think we're a little brazen when you try to put, and men less so. But I think sisters be on sisters a lot. Like, oh, you should get married. You should get married. Oh, you ready for marriage? You're ready for marriage, and that's good. That's the normal course of things you would think. But I think people who are cautious about it and want to take their time and be a certain way. I'm not talking about the unrealistic. Get the other one ready with the big sister. All right. I'm not talking about the unrealistic. All right. Don't play it. We're gonna play Abuela the whole way through. I'm gonna show you the other end of the spectrum. But you gotta really assess. Are you ready? Because everybody could tell you, and it's important. I've said this. What they want in their spouse. Right. Mm-hmm. But are you ready, and do you understand what's required of you?
Right.
And it's not just, like I've said this before, the cooking, the cleaning, like that's basic stuff.
Standard.
The nuance thing, and this goes back to the sister's question about, like is her husband being, or the child's father being sincere, or does he really want to vent? That's the stuff that only you're going to really know about that person.
Right.
That you need to learn from him. And the only way you're like that is when you're selfless about what's going on there.
Right.
I know this may sound a little wishy-washy, but when your focus is on how you can be the best wife and how you can be the best husband, and not having to direct and coach, especially as a man, and teach you how to be a good wife, you're going to have more harmony in the house, because now it's selfless, right? Now, because who benefits? Well, they both benefit, but who benefits directly from, if I work on being a real great husband, who benefits most directly from that?
Everybody.
But most directly is the spouse.
The wife.
Right? The wife. Yes, I'm going to be right in the sight of God above all things, right? And you as a wife, right? Your husband's going to benefit when you focus on me. So that's a selfless thing, is the point that I'm getting at, right? Because I'm not worried about trying to bring you. So when a man has to, I don't want to say overly, but always doing that husbandry of building you up,
right?
Then it can very much seem like there's never any harmony in the relationship, because you've not really taken a concerted effort to work on those actions, right? So it's like, before I sow the seed, I gotta get the soil ready, just so, right?
Right.
And then it has to be, planted down deep enough so that as I water, it takes root, right? And then there's different stages. I'm not too much into agriculture like that, but there's different stages that before I move to the next, something else has to be fulfilled, right? Even my wife's telling me now that it's not bad now, but she says it was going out in and out sporadically. So you can't jump any of those and get to the end result. This is why I laugh at people that think the solution is to go out on some dates or to take a vacation, and that's going to solve all their problems in their relationship. And it doesn't. It just masks it, right? Because that you're still going to come back to what's the norm. And what really needs to be at peace is a lot of that every day, where you both come home tired from working, or the wife, maybe she doesn't work, dealing with the kids all day, whatever it is, and not let those things disrupt that harmony that you should have within each other, and especially on the woman's part, because if it's symbolic of the relationship between Christ and the church, then that means the wife needs to be focused on learning what's pleasing to her husband.
Right. That's right.
And when her focus is on that, and you mix that with faith, man, because then I did it for a weekend and it didn't work.
Right.
When your focus is on that, you're going to activate more in that man by the Spirit of the Most High to be what you want him to be.
That's it.
But what you're trying to do is get him to be a certain way, which, one, it's not your place to do that. God's job is to deal with him.
Right.
His job is to deal with you. Right? So when you're focused on trying to change him, and you got all these conditions before you submit, it's not going to get to where it needs to be.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, one more time.
Yeah, say that again. Run that real quick.
When you're focused on what, and you have conditions
right
on what he needs to be in order for your behavior to be a certain way, you're never going to get to where you want to be.
Okay.
It's not going to get to where it needs to be, because that's against the divine order of what God has in store.
That's it. But a lot of sisters, that's the mentality they move in.
Right. Let me tell you. We're gonna let sis play again in a second. Get 1 Corinthians 11:3. I know a lot of times we read this and say, I know he's the head, but do you really?
Right.
Do you really? You know that you know that a yellow light means slow down, but do you slow down or do you speed up?
Go fast.
Which one are you?
Go fast. Right.
Damn.
It's like
I can beat it. I can beat it.
What is the yellow light?
You know a stop sign means come to a full stop. But do you stop or do you roll?
I roll.
Yeah, hit the Cali style.
For real.
Yeah.
Right. You know yield means you give the right away, but do you do that or do you try to fight for your lane in the road?
I got the time.
Right?
Damn.
That's heavy.
So it's one thing to know what we read here. It's another to actually abide by what it says and what all of that means, right? But go ahead, read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Right. So he says, and the head of Christ is God, right? But the head of the woman is the man. And you read that and you say, yeah, I know that. I know that that's the order.
Until them orders come out.
Until what's expected of you to apply when that time comes. Because it's see faith is easy when things are going your way.
Right.
Doing what the scriptures say is easy when things are going your way.
Mm-hmm.
But when the challenges come to try us, that's to show whether you're really about this or not. Because anybody can be, what do they call it, a fair weather friend?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when the storm comes, right?
Right.
Damn. They
Ride or
got
die.
blown away.
Right? When that can you stand the rain?
Can you stand the rain?
Damn.
That's that song right there.
Everybody loves them.
Right.
But can you stand the rain?
Can you?
Damn.
Oh, snap, get a D. Right?
Oh, snap.
But can you stand the rain? Because they will come. So you read this and you think, okay, yeah, I know that's the order. But then what it's really saying is be in subjection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm in subjection when he's giving me what I expect. And a lot of times their expectation is not what the scripture says.
Right.
Right? It's just whatever thing personal is being fulfilled in them. So this is why there has to be kind of that rigidity as a man in ruling your house well.
Right.
All right. Let's get that in Timothy's real quick. Okay. Let's get that real quick. And jump straight to the point. One who rules his own house well.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3 and verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house.
Right. And you would think, like, look at how he words that. He says, for if a man know not how to rule his own house. Meaning that there are men that don't know how to rule their homes. They don't know what that means.
Right.
Many of us weren't born into this.
Right.
So what do we see growing up?
Dysfunction.
Dysfunction, right? A lot of us, and I'm not speaking for everybody, we did not seen. And even if you did have the complete family there, okay, it was not based on the way these commandments were. Right. So there was still dysfunction. You might be a step ahead because you saw a semblance of that companionship, right? That stability of the husband and wife together. But if it wasn't according to these scriptures, then it wasn't divine.
Right.
So you still had some dysfunction in there, right? Go ahead.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right, because why? Let's go back to Ephesians 5. How shall he take care of the church of God? We're going to come back to Timothy's. Go
the
ahead.
book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 32. This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Christ and the church.
Right, now go back to where we were in Timothy's.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right. So you see, now you're starting to see the interconnections here on why it's so important. And let me tell you how severe it is that a woman plays any type of role where she's a hindrance to that. Because, see, as a man, we still got to rise above that regardless.
Right.
Remember, I always talk about that purpose, and we can't afford to let any of those things really mess us up, right? But how much of a hindrance are you to the greater mission by hindering that man? And it don't matter, right? Because it don't got to be somebody that's a deacon or whatever, but you have a man that the Most High is working on to continue to grow in spirit as he builds himself up so that he can fully realize whatever his reasonable service is to the Most High. And you become a stumbling block to that. How much sorer issue? That goes back to last week when we were talking about Isaiah 4. Just take away our approach.
Right.
It's not just the way you were dealing with him, but the larger effect that it has when you multiply that across all these marriages and things like that, right? This is why it says from women came the beginning of sin.
Right.
But he's letting you know, but this is going to be the thing that you're going to have to deal with for you to fully understand what it's going to take to rule.
Right.
And what my relationship with you has been like, right? So, what else? Where's the part where he says having his children in subjection? Which verse is that?
Next verse.
That's verse 4.
Go ahead. Come on, read that.
Verse 4. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 4. One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Right? Meaning with all seriousness. Don't mean the kids ain't serious and the kids can't be kids.
Right.
But your children in subjection. I'm not saying kids don't do bad things sometimes. We all do bad things sometimes, right? But you can tell somebody who has his kids in line and somebody who just has them trained for performance. Right? Yeah. There's a difference in that, okay? And I'm not going to go and compare kids, but you can look at it. You can sit down, and I'm not saying that means they're perfect and all, But what I can tell you is that I guarantee that nothing that when it says in all gravity, that goes in Sirach where it says do not cocker them.
Yep.
Right? That's going with do not cocker them, right? And can we get the definition of cocker real quick? Let's get the definition of cocker. Can we turn the fan up a little more? Maybe have it rotate so that it's going back and forth. Like oscillate. Let's have it oscillate. Oscillate the fan.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
You got it?
Yes, sir.
30 and 9, right?
Yes, sir.
And get the definition of cocker. Not cocker spaniel.
You want to start at verse 8?
What's it say?
That's good.
It's kind of going into being willful.
Okay.
The book of Sirach, chapter 30 and verse 8. And horse not broken becometh headstrong.
Right. So first he uses the example of a horse, right? And he says, if you have a horse that you don't break, that you don't put those fences up around, that you don't check that behavior, meaning don't give that water passage, right? He says he becomes headstrong, self-willed. Okay? Go ahead. Come on.
And a child left to himself will be willful.
Do Webster. Webster has the perfect definition for it, okay? And it says, and a child left to himself will be what?
Willful.
Right, self-willed, right? They're gonna continue to do their own behaviors, right? Because they're children, and children are gonna be. It takes a while before they build up that them social skills and that emotional intelligence. Because you can have a child that I've said this before that speaks very well, that even has a certain measure of comprehension of words and things like that. But to really have, grown-ups don't have awareness and control of their own feelings.
Right.
Very much less for children, right? And it's our job as parents to kind of guide that, right? So the gravity part that we read in Timothy's means that you don't play with anything, because I hear that a lot. And but this kids being kids. No, it's not kids being kids. Based on what?
Right.
Kids being kids is what the scriptures say kids being kids are, right? And it don't mean you don't have a happy, fun child. They just know where to draw their lines, and if they don't, they're either able to stop and be self-aware, or you're able to go ahead and gravity check it, right? Go ahead, read on.
Conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid.
Right, he shall make thee afraid. Why? Sometimes they're going to threaten you. Sometimes you might be afraid for his life, right? Go ahead, read.
Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness.
Right, and it don't mean play with him that he wants to play a game or her or whatever it is, right? It's talking about don't play with inappropriate behavior. Let's look up the definition of cocker. What does it say?
Cocker. Cockering. Indulge, pamper.
Right? So don't indulge the bad behavior. Don't pamper him.
That's
right?
That's like when the Pharisees, Deacon, when Christ said, "You hypocrites." The law says, if a kid dishonor his father and mother, he should die the death. And he says, "No, but you guys say it's a gift." In Mark 7.
Right. What is it? Yeah, you say, I'm a gift from the Lord.
I'm a gift from the Lord.
Right, yeah. Because, the scripture tells you that, right? Children are a gift from the Lord, right? But then it goes into, you remember, you only have an avenger. That goes back into that's one of my pet peeves. Like, my avenger's here. Yeah. He's not an avenger until you've raised him the way the scripture says. Yeah. Right? And in summation, we read that in Timothy. Read that in Timothy's again.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 4.
Read out!
One that ruleth well his own house, having his children in subjection with all gravity.
Come on.
For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right, because marriage is symbolic of that relationship between Christ and the church. So now, going back to what I was saying, go back to have Abuela up on the screen. Many sisters want husbands.
Right.
But they don't want to be wives.
Bring it out.
Can we put that up? Can you get that? Because you're messing me up. Because she has like something over the screen. There we go. So we're about to play it. She says, ladies, you want to be married, but you don't want to be a wife. All right? You want to be married, but you don't want to be a wife.
Bring it out, D.
To be married, you have to be called a wife. But you don't want to be a wife.
Right.
The way things are set up now, if you want to really go into deep space, you got to be an astronaut, right?
Right.
I want to go to space because out of curiosity, but I want to be an astronaut.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
I can be real with that. You know what I'm saying?
You want the title,
right? I love pizza, but I don't want to make it.
Right.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
for me.
I do like I have been making it.
You have been.
When I do my office thing, I'm gonna make some pizzas for y'all.
Okay, all praise.
But in general, when I'm hungry for pizza, I want to have to make it. I just want to eat it, right? That's the thing that a lot of these sisters are rolling in, right? And I will say, some of you brothers, you want a wife, but you don't really want to be a husband.
Damn.
Right? But we're going to deal with the women's side of this because we're trying to make the men aware, right?
Right.
They need to get their balls back.
Go ahead. Come on.
Sis, can I share something with you? I know so many women that want to be married. And marriage is a beautiful thing. You should want it if you're a woman. But what I find with women that are already married and those that desire to be married.
Stop. So she said, not just the ones that want to be married. We're talking about you that are already married.
Damn.
Message.
Go ahead.
That there's one thing in common. You don't want to be a wife. At least not a wife according to God's word.
Oh, stop.
my God.
Stop.
I don't know. I got a question.
God.
I don't know. We always watch this sister. She's not in the truth like that. Like, if I was a sister, I'd be getting cut. I mean, damn.
Some of them say they get cut, but I don't know. Only the Lord knows in application, right? His eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, not me.
Searching all the N-word parts.
I have a body of things that I've experienced, that I've seen, right? I'm not going to say I sit here and I have something where I've said this before. People are like, how do you discern spirits? I don't know. Do I discern spirits? I don't even know. I just, exercise of use helps me see things, all right? That's really how I look at it. Maybe I can. I don't. But it's like, it's not like Superman when he activates his x-ray vision and I can see your heart beating and that you're lying because like your pulse went up or something like that. Like,
Sweating on the table.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You told us one time, you're like, sometimes I just look at your face and I know your face.
Right. Sometimes I just look at someone's face and I just see like, that is true. Sometimes I can see someone's face and something don't look right. You know what I'm saying? I can't see that. I can't see that.
Countenance reveal.
Right. I forgot. I think I don't know if my face was weird one day, and somebody. Oh, Zara the other day. My back was hurting when I went to pick up my son. So Officer Zara's my neighbor, not like my neighbor, but like close
in the area.
In the area, and our sons go to the same school, so it's like we'll see each other after school, and. I don't know. I guess my demeanor was a little different. I was hungry and my back was hurting.
He was hangry.
So, he was like, you all right? Are you all right? I was like, yeah, I'm good. I was like, I guess he was worried. He was like, yo, you good? And I was like, yeah. So, you can see something sometimes in someone's face and stuff like that. So I get that. But I don't know. But, she said, listen, even you married and unmarried, you want to be married. You want a husband. But you don't want to be a wife, at least the way the scriptures say.
Message.
You want to be a wife on your terms, right? Go ahead, come on.
God tells us very specifically the roles of a wife in marriage, but culture has made you believe that you can be married, do what you want, go where you want, and say what you want, and it's okay.
Stop.
Because
Stop. And by culture, she means white supremacy.
Yes.
She means the devil.
Caesar Borgia.
All right.
All of
Yes.
She means Caesar Borgia. She means the and it's. I mean, she worships white
Feminist.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Right.
she does. Damn.
So I'm surprised some of her
That's an
stuff ain't.
oxymoron.
I mean, I don't know. I don't be up in her comments, but I'm pretty sure she got some sisters that are mad at her for this stuff,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Bishop did a clip. He has this series going out with this one YouTube guy, and I guess he was hitting on marriage or something a little bit, and like the sisters, and freaking Jake's sister, Big Mouth, worshiping freaking her, one of Vocab's cronies.
Oh, damn.
Goes on this whole rant about all this other stuff, and what's the word that they use?
Exegesis, eisegesis?
No, this isn't a Christian word that feminist movement uses. Agency. My own agency.
What?
Right?
I don't know.
Look up the definition of agency. This is a feminist liberal term, right?
Really?
When they say your agency. Basically, it means it's your body. You do what the hell you want, when you want it, how you want it, type of thing, right?
Justified.
Really?
Go ahead.
Really?
Go ahead, get that.
Water.
Go ahead, come on. I think we got a clown in the.
I'm looking.
Yeah. Oh, I think they deleted
He
him.
gone.
Yeah.
Talking about chickens and eggs. He out of here.
Nope, that's not it. There we go. No, you had it. I didn't say move it. Scroll down. It is the third
Person.
one.
Yep.
Yep, go ahead. Second one. I'm sorry, the second one.
Agency number 2, the capacity, condition, or state of acting or of exerting power.
Now, wait a second. None of us has any agency except to get me down to Ecclesiastes 12:13. This is the agency that we have, all right? And even less as sisters, all right, talking about agency. You'll hear that word. Some of you who are familiar with it, you know what I'm talking about. You'll hear that word, right? Oh, so when a woman activates within her agency, they'll use it a lot of times to defend being promiscuous.
Right.
All right? They'll use it many times.
That's
to
all I
prevent-
thought of when you said that.
Yes. That see, because that's what they use it for, right? Let's get this, all right? This is the agency that we have in life. And then get me the one that are sufficiencies of God. Go ahead, come on.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
Right? Fear God and keep his commandments. I think it's 2 Corinthians 3.
5?
Yeah, 3 and 5. All right. Fear God and keep his commandments. That's the agency that we have. We have the power to fear the Lord and to keep his commandments with joyfulness and gladness of heart. That's the exerting of our power that we have. All right. Because the Lord is our strength. Get me that in Nehemiah. The joy of the Lord is our strength. And then after this. Hold on, Benson. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 3, verse 5. Not that we are sufficient of ourselves.
That we have no agency. We're not sufficient of ourselves. Go ahead, come on.
To think anything as of ourselves.
We should not think anything of ourselves. Talking about I'm exercising my agency. Go ahead, come on.
But our sufficiency is of God.
Right, but our sufficiency is of God. This is the agency that, get me that, we're going to read joy the Lord is our strength at the end of it. Get me 1 Corinthians 11, is it around 9, where it says the woman has power over her head,
Absolutely.
right? I want that one.
All right, this is the book of 1
And then I want Genesis 3 about your desire will be unto the men. Let me show you the agency that sisters have. Go ahead, come on.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man.
This is what we need to understand. But then when you start talking about agency, right?
Right.
What she's doing is invalidating that, right? Yeah. So when she says culture teaches you to be against the way a wife is supposed to be in the scriptures, and this is why the marriages are jacked up, right? Mm-hmm. And even sisters that are believing and walking in here.
Right, bring it out.
And I'll give a little caveat, maybe, but evil communication corrupts good manners. I would say people born and raised up in this, having not partaken in the way things are in the world, probably have a better success rate than those who have been conditioned at one time or another, like we all were.
Right.
Right? Because we were all on board with that 50-50 thing, even if we didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
By default.
By default, right? It was deep down, I really don't like that, but I'm gonna roll with
keep
it.
the status quo.
Yeah. It's my turn to do the dishes, honey.
Right.
And like I said, there ain't nothing wrong with that if the man wants to do it.
Right.
And it's not some sort of obligation and stuff. Like, he's doing it because he like, hey, I'm gonna hook you up today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to alleviate some of
Right.
the-
I want to alleviate
Some of the
something for
stress.
you.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You're not less of a man. But if you got this whole let's split the chores and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She putting up chore lists and stuff Monday through Sunday and stuff. What the hell is
Right.
this?
Well, we've gotten too far away from what's a man's work and what's a woman's work. You know? Go ahead, read
All
this.
right, verse 9. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
But the woman for the man, right? So now read on.
For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head.
So there's that word, because agency says you exert power. So the world tells you that's that exerting of being able to sleep with who you want, take how many dicks you want, right? Whatever it is, okay? Hey, I saw a thing one time, man, it's hilarious, where he talks about, you got to think about how much rod these sisters have really had.
Damn.
And he was like, so he goes and he takes like the so-called average penis, how many thrusts it takes on average to bust, how many times per guy she does it.
That's mathematics.
And then he adds up the mileage in inches.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And you want to talk about use on a box.
Oh, my God. Use on a box.
Right.
Stop it.
Right.
Get some help.
And listen, for a sister that might be slick and say, well, the dick is used up too. Listen, A lock that opens to every key is worthless.
Worthless.
But a key that opens every lock is called a master key.
that's
Right? So you gotta realize what's going on there. All right. And it's not to say that men should roll that way either.
Right.
Both the man and the woman should be virgins. Okay, when you
Right.
get together, that's the real way for things to be set up. All right. But there's not a comparison in that. Right. So read this last part again in this verse. Come on.
For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels.
Right. What's the power for the cause of understanding this in Genesis? Read this. Come on.
The book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Come on.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
That's the power. That thy desire shall be to thy husband. Read this in Corinthians again.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 10. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head.
For this cause, understanding that the man is not of the woman, but the woman of man. For this cause, you have to have the power of your head to what?
Of the angels.
Of the angels, meaning what the scriptures say as messengers. And it says, just read that part, that last part.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
That's the agency that you have, sister.
Right,
Ain't no other agency. Thy desire to be to that. Let's get that. Read that. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 4. The wife hath not power of her own body, but the husband. And likewise also, the husband hath not power of his own body, but the wife.
There's examples of agency, right? When it comes to that belongs to, right? That's...
Read that again. Read that again.
Right,
And
you know, like you know, when you talking in the bedroom, whose is it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whose is that?
Yeah.
Who is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's
Right.
biblical. That's what the scriptures say.
And I'm gonna stop.
Okay.
The wife hath not power of her own body.
Stop. Verse Genesis. And he shall rule over thee.
Can I point something
And
out too?
he
real
shall
quick?
rule over thee. That's the agency. That's why when you go back to 1 Corinthians 11, it says for this cause. Read it from 8 all the way through 10. Read this last part again.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
That's the agency that you have. This is what Paul is talking about. So if you forgot what 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, so here hold on. Let's piece this together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's piece this together. Benson, can you wait? Yeah, I'm not. You can wait, right? Can you wait? I know you rang the bell.
Oh no, we good. What I had to say ain't even relevant no more.
Okay, all right, okay. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good. This is a flow.
Read this in Genesis again. Quote it and just jump to that part.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 16.
All right, he's jumping down to the last two sentences.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee.
Right. Now, read 8 through 10 first, and then 3.
1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
That's the agency that you have. You were created for the man. This is why I say it's your job as the woman to find out what pleases your husband, right? Just like we were created for the Most High and Christ, right? To serve him. Now, go ahead, read on.
For this cause ought the woman to
For this cause, for this thing that we're speaking about, go ahead, come on.
ought the woman to have power on her head.
This is the agency, the power that you have on your head, sister. Come on.
Because of the angels.
Because the angels say this.
Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every
Paul was an angel, a messenger. That's not talking about the angels in heaven, right? In Christianity, do you know they teach you that the angels aren't supposed to see the top of the woman's head, like in Pentecostal, I think it is.
Oh my God!
There's denominations of Pentecostal. That's why because they can't explain that verse.
Damn.
So they tell them that because they'll cover their heads, the women, the Pentecostal, certain. Because even Pentecostal has sub-denominations, and they'll tell the women that the angel shouldn't see the top of the woman's head. That's what that verse means, right? But that's not what it means. Okay, read it again.
But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Because the angels, Paul's a messenger, an angel says this: the head of every man is Christ. Come on.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Come on.
And the head of Christ is God.
Right. And so for this cause, this is what the agency that women have. All right. That's the power that they have. All right. Let's you wanted to say something?
I was just
Go
gonna
ahead.
try to
And then
point
we're gonna play Abuela from the beginning again.
Read verse 10 one more time.
Verse 10. For this cause ought the woman to have power on her head because of the angels.
Now, in the middle of my Bible, it simplifies it too, just a little bit more. If you don't fully understand what verse 10 says, it says that is a covering in sign that she is under the power of her husband.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
To make it plain.
Oh my gosh. Which, and the power of a husband is your desire shall be under your husband, and he shall rule over you, which was from the beginning.
In the beginning. One more. Judith chapter 12, verse 14. Then said Judith unto him, Who am I now that I should gainsay my Lord? Surely whatsoever pleaseth him, I will do speedily, and it shall be my joy unto the day of my death.
That's your agency. That's that's the power that you have. All of us have the power to fear God and keep his commandments, like we read in Ecclesiastes 12:13. And then specifically for the sister, that's the power that you have.
Dang.
Right? That's the only. There ain't no power like, all my ladies independent. It ain't dealing with that.
And you started
dealing with that. It ain't dealing with that. Play abuela, come on.
Sis, can I share something with you? I know so many women that want to be married. And marriage is a beautiful thing. You should want it if you're a woman. But what I find with women that are already married and those that desire to be married, that there's one thing in common. You don't want to be a wife. At least not a wife according to God's word.
Right there. Come on. No, keep going.
God tells us very specifically the roles of a wife in marriage, but culture has made you believe that you can be married, do what you want, go where you want, and say what you want, and it's okay because you guys are equal. You guys are not equal in marriage. You are equal in God's love. You are equal in the inheritance in Christ. But in terms of God,
right, so stop. You're not equal in the inheritance in Christ. We went over that last week. Right. All right. This is where she gets tripped up with the white Jesus.
I think that's what she's saying. Heirs together.
Yeah, but we spoke about that. We went over that and we explained that. Okay.
Yes, we did.
So if you're confused, right, we don't advocate that message unless you got the proper breakdown, which we gave last week. So go back and watch part 1. Go ahead. Come on.
Your husband is the head of that relationship. And if you want to be married, you must know that you must submit to your husbands in everything. So if you're not ready to submit, then you're not ready to be married. And if you're already married and you're not submitting, you're in rebellion and need to correct
I said that last week. I said that last week, right? And what's rebellion? Can we get that? Is that the sin of witchcraft? Right? She says, and if you're in a marriage and you're not submitting, you're in rebellion. Right? Go ahead, come on.
1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
It's as the sin of witchcraft. It's as the sin of witchcraft. So, go ahead, keep on. She talking a little more. I think she talks about the wife school next, so maybe that's the end of it with what she said.
Yeah. Remember that today and carry on.
Right.
I hope you enjoyed the video.
Let me get Revelation 21:8 because it doesn't say witchcraft, but it says sorcerers, which dealing with the same thing, right?
What?
The book of
21:8. This is where rebellious people go. Come on.
The book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable, and the murderers, and whoremongers, and sorcerers.
And guess what? If you're rebellious, you're all that.
Abomination.
You're unbelieving also.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because you give all these reasons why you can't, why you shouldn't, what's the obstacles for you to submit, right?
Right.
What you're really saying is that you don't believe that God can use that, right? Like that. Remember going back to what I said, where you got these conditions, right? Like I'll do this if he does this, that, and the other.
Right.
Ain't no negotiation here, right? This is a zero-sum game. There ain't gonna be no I give a little, you give a little.
Dang.
My agency is to serve God the way He told me to, and if I'm a husband, that means do that. And as long as I'm fulfilling that, I'm good. Is you that got the problem, right? Go ahead, come on.
And whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death.
Which is the second death. See, and that's really in Isaiah 4:1 what they're trying to avoid.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why they're trying to latch on. They're saying,
reproach.
take my reproach, take this away, because they don't want that second death, right? That's like in Ezra's where he says that considering not that they should pay for it after, right?
They shouldn't. They shouldn't. But they need to get in line.
They need to get in line for that. What else we got? I posted some other stuff. What else we got? No, go to the. So I said this. I did say bring that up. Right? Because I said then the other thing you have here is, remember when I said, I think I was talking about expectations. And I said there's some sisters that kind of understand the gravity of marriage, and men, and this is why they're not rushing to move into it, or if they might at all, right? Because then you have these other ones who actually don't do it because they have false expectations of what they're looking for, and that's what this sister was doing here. Go ahead, come on.
Yeah, he does have to be in shape.
No, man, you're too low, bro. You guys gotta test volume or something.
Turn it up. Turn up the main if you need to.
Turn up the main.
Shape? Yeah, he does have to be in shape.
It's a low video.
All right, turn up the channel 9 up.
Stop, run it back. Because I don't want to miss it while we go over this.
Turn up channel 9 as...
Shape? Yeah, he does have to be in shape.
Stop. So first of all...
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Go back to her, man.
God.
Come on. No, I wanted to stop on her.
Yeah.
Stop. She says, so does the ideal man have to be in shape?
Shape? Yes, he does have to be in shape.
Her buttons, first of all, she wearing pants. Her buttons on her pants.
They not buttoning. They not buttoning. Yes.
Are being thoroughly abused.
Yes.
They're pressure tested.
Button abuse. That's button abuse.
Nobody deserves. Cole don't get that much pressure.
Damn.
All right.
The pipes are gonna blow.
What the hell did those buttons? What do those buttons do to her? To be put under pressure like that. So she said he got to be in shape. Come on. And listen. If this is not you, then don't be offended.
Right.
You got this whole thing. Whenever you're up in arm, you're doing this, you're doing that. If it's not you, then don't be offended. All right? There is nothing healthy about being overweight.
No.
Point blank.
There is nothing.
Someone shared a picture.
Listen, they even had a study recently. Again, I didn't have time in the health show. Well, you could have good markers and stuff being overweight. Guess what? They compare people who are overweight but healthy. Because that's another thing, healthy fat.
Right.
I'm fat, but, my blood pressure's low. I don't have diabetes.
Isn't that what they did with Lizzo? They
right?
Try to,
right. They try to say the blood work is good. Right?
What the hell is this? Hey, it's like that graphic you showed where the fat was pressing against the organ.
Right. Here's the thing. People who actually have high blood pressure, who have diabetes and everything else, by losing weight and getting into a normal range, actually have more successful outcomes than healthy fat people.
That's right.
And that sounds like a misnomer. There's no such term as healthy fat
people.
Right.
It's just not healthy. And if it's not you, then don't be upset.
Right.
Listen, barring some sort of medical
disclaimer
thing that legitimately maybe limits your food or whatever it is. I know there's some things out there. I know there are some circumstances, like there's what's the one that women get? It's not COPD. There's another one.
PCOS.
Yes.
PCOS has been shown to put you in a state where and it still don't mean you can't kind of control it a little bit, but it's a lot harder for you to kind of keep weight off and stuff like that. There are certain conditions that are cofactors that make it that way, like the PCOS. That is true. But if you ain't one of those, and you ain't got it diagnosed that you one of those, you just not doing, and you don't take it serious enough. You don't respect yourself enough to do something about it. Right? Yeah, PCOS, right. That is a real thing, and that makes it more challenging. Thyroid issues, that makes it more challenging, right? I may not blanket everybody, but the ones that get mad, they ain't the ones that have any of that stuff.
Right.
They the ones that just like to eat. And some of them are secret eaters, because they're the same ones that say, I don't eat that much.
Oh, damn, bring it out.
They say that they don't eat that much, right? So anyway, you have some of these sisters that's just unrealistic. She says she wants a man that's fit. And maybe you might find a brother out there that like...
What they call
what
it?
The mumpy.
Shout out to Benjamin.
Come on. I ain't saying no names. I just...
The mumpy.
You want the bum bum.
Go ahead.
In shape. And by that, I don't mean that he has to, have like the rock hard abs and, be looking like the Rock. No, but for me, I feel like it does come down to health. As well, like it's not just about the way the person looks, but if they're healthy with it. Like someone can be big and they can also be healthy, so it just depends on obviously how they are and how they decide to live. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're healthy?
Yeah.
Oh!
I am.
Would you be okay with a guy that was bigger than you?
No.
As long as he was healthy.
No.
That great word.
Bro, run that last part back again.
I didn't see this part.
See, this is the part. See, because I know some people there, some sisters within their feelings. Why are you messing with the fat girl?
Right.
Run back the last part where she says, "Would you be okay with somebody that's bigger than you?" Go ahead, come on.
And she said, and was healthy. Someone bigger than you and healthy. Go back.
Was that in Thessalonians?
Go back more. Little
No,
more.
no, that was it.
Oh,
No,
God.
come on. What bigger than
That's
you?
it.
No.
As long as he was healthy.
No.
It wasn't that. You gotta go back a little.
Yeah, go back just a tad.
Oh gosh.
Right there.
But someone can be big and they can also be healthy. So it just depends on obviously how they are and how they decide to live. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're healthy?
Yeah. Might not look it, but I am.
Would you be okay with a guy that was bigger than you?
No.
As long as he was healthy.
No.
Hey, can we go back to her face real quick? Look at her face, bro. Where she says, no.
She had to think about it. What she was about to
right
say.
there. Watch this.
Healthy?
And stop.
Yes.
Right
the pride
there.
of thine heart.
You saw that?
I saw it.
You
That
saw
was
that?
pride on there right
Hey,
there.
you saw the little. She was like,
Yeah.
nope.
And what?
She like, I know what you're trying to do right now.
Right, what you
Yes.
doing?
Right.
Can I get a script?
Go ahead.
2 Thessalonians 2:10. Oh my goodness.
You know why she said he gotta be smaller than her? Cause she wanna beat his ass up when she.
Dang.
She when he wanna go to camp.
Yeah.
She gonna say you can't, man.
Damn.
And she gonna press on him. She just gonna sit on him.
Man.
Damn.
It's a
All she gotta do is sit on his lap. He ain't going nowhere.
Damn.
Campman.
Come on, man.
No, she don't need one salad. She needs salads for the rest of her life.
It's a missing person flyer out for her
Go
belly
ahead.
button right now.
Dang.
Second Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish,
Right.
because they receive not the love of the truth.
The love of the truth. The truth is, sis needs to lose some weight, and this is not healthy. Breathe.
That they might be saved.
Read.
And for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion.
She is in a strong delusion. Read.
That they should believe a lie.
She believes the lie that she's healthy in this state. That's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
I don't know if she really believed it, because that face that she made
Go back
was
10
a
seconds.
defense mechanism. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's
Like
on
she
the
had to
spot.
consider. Right.
She said, because even though I might not look it. Go ahead.
Depends on obviously how they are and how they decide to live. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're healthy?
She thought she looked. No, sorry. She was like, I'm shamefaced.
Right.
Yo. Go ahead.
Yeah. Might not look it, but I am.
Would you be okay with a guy that was bigger than you?
No.
As long as he was healthy.
No.
She said, I might not look like it, but I am.
She wouldn't be
That's that
okay with
feminist
it.
delusion.
Yeah, because he doesn't look healthy. Would you be with somebody bigger
Officer,
than you?
she believes a lie.
That's it.
That's
we
the
just
only
gonna
way
chalk
she
it
can
up.
go on with her day is that she believes that.
Yeah, you know what really happened is that she realized all the bullshit she said prior,
Right.
Yeah.
and it caught up to her.
Yep. Yep. She had to
So
go in.
against the wall.
She said, I'm going in, going all in.
Fully committed.
She had to go with it.
She said, I'm fully committed to this BS that I.
She had to sell it.
That's how Donald Trump be when he be talking
Yeah.
sometimes, and he like, oh damn, let me right, and then he just keep talking
Double
to make it
down.
worse.
Yeah.
That's right.
Double down on it.
Damn.
Go ahead. Was there more?
That was it.
I don't know. I think he just stays at the end
Yeah,
with the
he
face. That's it. All right, what else we got?
What else you got
I
to
had
say
other
after
stuff.
that? Yeah.
Oh, put up the other picture. Let me tell you. All right, yeah, that one. Let's
Oh,
talk
my-
about that. Hold
this
on,
is-
hold on before you put it up. All right. This is what most women want, right? This is what most women want. They think that this is the cure-all to everything, right? They tell you that if they just had this, it would be all right. Okay. Watch this. Go ahead.
I want to hold you. Yay. Accountable for your actions. Whoa. Whoa.
That's a good one.
Bro, it's like I'll be there, like trying to hold them accountable. You know what I'm saying, for her actions, and be like, hey, this, that, and the other. And it's like, oh, I just came for a hug. Like, well, I can't hug you. All right, until I hold you accountable for your actions. The hell is this?
He said, whoa, I'm a vagabond on this earth.
No, they ain't trying to. I want to hold you. Yay! They want to be. Yeah, that's the perfect epitome of what Abuela said. You want to be. You want to be a wife. You want to have a husband. You want to be married, but you don't want to be a wife the way the scripture is. Right. You want to be married, but you don't want to be. I want to hold you. Yeah, because what do they want? They want the company. They want the Netflix and chill. They want the cuddles. They want to warm their cold feet at night. The
picnics.
They want you to be able to be like, yeah, that's mine. Whose is it? All that other stuff, right? But then when it's time to hold accountable, oh no, I don't. No, I do not want this.
Right.
I do not want this.
I do not want this.
Hey, that's
no, this is not for me.
That's like that video you played with a brother led his wife to the dishes.
Oh, with the roses. Damn, right? Damn. How am I supposed to be all romantic like that with the way them dishes was in that sink?
You can't. Not
Get
possible.
the hell out of here. There's
Not
no way
possible.
I am not going to be able to relax, okay? It's going to be like, what the hell is this, man? Come on. Get that out the way. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else. What else did I say we had? What's this one? Let me see. Just click it. Don't flip it. Oh, yeah. Let's do this. And then I think we'll save the other ones. Don't lose them. And we're going to jump into the meat and potatoes one, right? Because we're only going to show some of it because it's 9 of them. So I guess there'll be a part 3.
Right.
Or maybe we'll call it something else. I don't know. But we'll start it. Let's do this. Come on.
Some women have a hard time appreciating men. We tend to focus on what isn't right instead of what is. So,
Big thing, right?
Yeah.
Right?
You're toxic.
Lack
You're
of
this.
appreciation for a man. Right. Go ahead. Come on.
we'll criticize the 10% that isn't working perfectly and ignore the 90% that worked.
Stop.
Damn.
Because I know there's a sister watching,
Right
or
now.
that will watch and
Hit
say,
dog, right now.
and say, but what about me? I always feel criticized. Well, my job is to build you up.
Yes.
My job is to instruct you, to build you. Can we get that in Ephesians 5?
Yes, sir.
Present it to himself.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 27. That he might present it to himself.
So, read up.
Verse 26. Verse 25.
25.
Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it.
Right. They hear that part and women get, oh my God, you're going to die for me. You're going to die for me. Listen, brothers, if you don't.
Have the cojones.
The balls burst.
He needs some milk.
Some of them be losing their marbles.
Yeah, for real.
You lost your marbles, bro.
They're gone.
Deke, what I told you, he's setting you up, Deke. He already showing you signs. He's dropping his marbles already.
He's dropping the marbles.
Oh, that wasn't mine.
Hey, this
That was
scripture
mine.
says.
That wasn't mine.
I was sabotaged. This was the loose one.
Hey,
I've been feeling that one a little broke open like
the
that.
scripture says he
Listen,
spoke by the prophets.
Read it again.
This brother Benson.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 25. Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church.
Right, you thinking that means lovey-dovey, whatever, right? It says, you think, oh, you're going to die for me? Listen, you will, like we read in Revelation 14, right? If you're defiled with women, okay?
Right.
You got to get, there's like one big-ass marble in there. What the hell?
Yeah, man.
Damn, okay.
Those were called boulders back in elementary
The
school.
boulder.
Damn, someone said Deke lost his ball. It was a setup. Somebody did that. Somebody messed up my bag on purpose.
I ain't gonna say who brought him
Listen. Some brothers will lose their life, but not in a positive way. Right? That's the point I was trying to make. If you don't get your balls back, okay? But women hear that and they think that means, oh, he got to die for me, right? It's kind of like, did we show a clip last week where it says you want this, that? You want me to do this? You want protection and all this other stuff too, right? Go ahead, come on.
And gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Right. By the word. My job is to point out and show you where you're wrong in the scriptures always. Okay? Come on.
That he might present it to himself, a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle.
Right. That's not your job as a woman So when we hear this in isolate, for those sisters that might hear that, I say, well, what about you? What about you? Yeah, and that's part of the problem. That's part of the issue. Finish that verse.
Not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
Right. So same way Christ's job is to build us up that way, to prepare us to receive our white robes.
Right.
Us as the husband is to prepare you in that same manner. All right? Go ahead. Play this. Run it back from the beginning.
Women have a hard time appreciating men. We tend to focus on what isn't right instead of what is. So we'll criticize the 10% that isn't working perfectly and ignore the 90% that worked. And that 90% was way more than we would have had otherwise.
Oh, God.
And that goes into what I was saying last week about how women think like, well, I got him and he can't go nowhere unless I sleep with somebody.
Right.
Not realizing that that's an evil thing and that's going to manifest itself. And under the law, the Most High is not going to put us in a position where you're going to be bound to a demon like that.
Man, Deep, for real, though.
Right.
You said a man that fears the Lord finna escape her.
Man, for real.
Right, exactly. Go ahead, come on.
Every time he did anything for you, anytime he did anything, you treated it like a gift and you expressed lots of appreciation.
Oh, man.
Remember,
See, stop. See, I'm going to tell you, a lot of disappointment in life comes from expectations. It's just expectations. And your expectations are either misaligned or they're too high. And if you temper that, you'll be disappointed less in life. And I'm not saying that means you settle. I'm just talking about you're able to have an awareness of where you're at and what needs to be done, right? And this goes back to when I was talking about the progression of improvement in marriages. The expectations are too high, or the expectations of how soon it should be resolved are there, right? So if you lower those expectations, you'll be all right. What she's saying is that you should look at these things instead of as a right, as a gift, and imagine how, from the respect perspective and what a man needs, right, to function right, how that's going to make him feel, right? Go ahead, run it back just a little bit.
you treated it like a gift and you expressed lots of appreciation. Remember, appreciation is the fuel that motivates a man to want to do more for you.
Look at that.
Some women
Appreciation is the fuel that motivates a man to want to do more for you.
Straight up.
Appreciation. Go ahead, come on.
and you expressed lots of appreciation. Remember, appreciation is the fuel that motivates a man to want to do more for you.
So without appreciation, it's all brakes and no gas.
Yes. Right. Well, and it runs out of gas.
Right. Yeah.
That goes into like maybe I'll bring it out next week. The article that I got about the and there's exceptions to it, but it's like the 6 phases of a relationship, especially when you're in a marriage. And how you go from that whole euphoric thing in the beginning, and then what the next phase is, and then it basically talks about how if things remain unresolved, what it leads to, and it's pretty. And I would say for most people, that's what it's like. There's probably some situations where it does not have to come to that, but most situations it kind of has it down.
Downward spiral.
Oh my goodness, to a T, to a T.
Well, we're going over in Ephesians chapter 5. About the woman, and it made me think about how husbands love your wives, right? As Christ also gave his life. Y'all gotta understand, like Peter died, and his wife died. Right? Well, his wife died first, and was crucified, with Peter. So y'all sisters need to get on that mindset too. Then guess what? Peter's wife, I can't. What book? Do you know what book it says that history?
No.
I gotta find it. His wife got put to death right next to Peter. It was his wife first, then Peter. Peter was crucified upside down. So y'all sisters gotta get on that mindset too. Yeah, that just like yes, Christ died for his people, and we're just like Christ, and we're gonna die for our families and our wives. You sisters, guess what? You guys are gonna get put to death too, if you believe, and you're gonna get in a right mindset.
You're talking about that real ride or die?
Hey, and I'm interested that you say that. I found something that I'm going to, for a future show. Remember how we went over examining Christ's crucifixion?
Yeah.
I got something that talks about how all of the apostles and Paul died. So to kind of put reflection on it.
Can I get scriptures real quick?
Is it about this or about
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
Revelation 14:14.
Yeah, because should I let him do it? That he came in all late like that and everything. I'm trying to show some of this video so we can wrap the show. Now
No.
do it. Bring it out. I'm messing with you. Bring it out.
14.
But I'm not messing with you. But go ahead, bring it out.
14 and where it says, follow it wherever he goes.
The book of Revelation 14, verse 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
So they follow the Lamb wherever he goes, right? Give me John chapter 21 and verse 19.
The book of John, chapter 21 and verse 19.
Well, yes, verse 19.
This spake he, signifying by what death he should glorify God.
Christ is talking to Peter. He's saying, hey, you're gonna die. In verse 18, he's telling him how you're gonna die. He says, this is the how you're gonna glorify God. The death he should glorify God. Come on.
And when he had spoken this, he saith unto him, follow me.
Follow me. Whithersoever the Lamb goeth, he said, follow me. This is how you're going to die. Sisters, understand. Get on that mindset. Get on that. Get ready for that stuff that's going to come to the Israelites.
Also, how they go get ready for that? And they can't even be
They got to get ready,
to
bro. Hey, guess what? You want that reproach in Revelation chapter 21, verse 8? Or you want that death? You want that second death? Yeah, y'all got to get on. You got to get on the train.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so now we're getting into the meat and potatoes, the Franken beans of the
this video
of what we were gonna go into. Now, what was this video originally titled? Because I know we downloaded it to mess with it.
The 9 reasons.
No, destroying her ego.
Destroying her ego.
Something like that.
And
I'm
something about
butchering.
the 9 reasons. No, but let's get it. It's the link should be there somewhere. I just want the title.
Give me 1 second. It's kind of quiet, brothers. Speak.
Officer Ruvain, can you give me a script?
Hey,
Joe 13 and 15.
I did want to say, we haven't promoted the Booster Club in a while. The Booster Club.
Talk about it.
Sign up on the Booster Club, brothers and sisters. The prophets are doing work. The prophets are out on the streets throughout the earth. Sign up to the Booster Club.
That's it.
The book of Job, chapter 13, verse 15. Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him.
Just to keep in mind, too, because I know what Officer Ashot brought out is heavy. And we know that at some point we have to present our bodies as a living sacrifice, right? But the scripture says, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him. Read.
But I will maintain mine own ways before him.
And that's not talking about your own wicked ways, but walking in God's commandments, continuing to strive to walk pleasing in the sight of God on this earth. So something to meditate on. Definitely provides comfort when you got to really think about those things.
Did y'all find it?
I can't find it, bro. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, my goodness.
Lord's will, the brothers out there being exhorted, to get their balls back.
Yeah.
That's needed.
Oh, in the meantime,
them
while we
girded.
look for that.
Keeping
Keep
them
going
girded,
for that. I'm
absolutely.
going to send y'all brothers this.
Hey, and shout out to IUIC Phoenix, the officers, the soldiers out there putting in the work. We're at 45 days of camp.
Day 8.
Hey,
All praises to the Most
continue to
High.
keep us in prayer. More laborers, those willing. This brings more laborers into the truth of IUIC Phoenix. More brothers to come in and sisters, right? All praise to the Most High. That brothers out there putting in work, and it's been good. It's been good. New levels.
Are
new
y'all still
devils.
looking for it though while I show this?
Yes, I am.
Okay, keep looking for it. Keep looking for it. Hey, so I wanna update y'all. I forgot to do this. So remember I was talking about bidets and stuff and different things. So check it out. Wait. But keep looking for the thing. Keep looking for the thing.
I am.
So I told y'all Bishop's wife, Mother Shamar, she watches the show.
Right.
Every now and then she'll hit me like, hey, this was good or whatever. She'll make a comment. And she talks to my wife and she'll mention stuff to her. So she sent something to my wife and she said, hey, being that Deacon was going over stuff with the bidet and everything, she said hers she found was on Instagram. She said, hey, I found like a portable one. She was like, I'm rethinking this whole thing. And I said, damn, I was talking about the wipes, right? Which I would still do because of the minty coolness, right? But check this out. So I went and I started looking online. I did not know there was a thing. They have portable travel bidets.
The bum gun.
This one's called the bum gun.
The bum gun.
All right, can you put it up? Is it up on the screen so they can see it? Check this out. I don't know how serious you are about your
bum.
About keeping your bum clean.
Wipe your ass,
But this is gonna be my next level for when I'm like in South America and whatnot because
Mexico and toilet paper.
you know what I'm saying, bro? They could give me like the 5 squares if I got this, right?
Bro, for real.
Check this out. Now, you got this one, and I'll show you the other one. I got them both, and I tested them both.
Yeah.
All right, not on my bum, but just the water pressure.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you got this already?
Yes, because I'm gonna take it with me on the quest.
Damn, it's the bum gun.
And I'm gonna take it with me when I travel from now on.
Right.
All right. Go to the other one. I sent you 2 links. So, these have good ratings. All right. I tried this one. This one is battery operated. The water pressure's not that great. So I didn't like. It's not bad, but it's not that great. Okay,
So you
but if you don't want to spend, I mean, it's only $12 more the other one. But let me show you. The other one is rechargeable USB.
Oh, it's USB.
Is USB-C rechargeable?
back to the other
Go
one.
Back to the other one.
go
The other
back.
one.
Right, because I have the bidet at home, like the
Right.
one that you put on the toilet and whatnot, and that thing is crazy. But sometimes I'll be traveling, I miss my bidet. Let me tell you, that's one thing I miss. There's one hotel we stayed in Ecuador that they have one like with the hose on the side, right? So that's legit. But I'm talking about like I'm straight gonna fill this up with water before I leave the damn hotel room, and if I gotta do one out in the facilities, this one is legit, bro. It has 2. You have the wide spray and you could do the concentrated spray. So this is how I tested it. I had like some, when you got like food in the sink,
Right.
right? I was testing to see if it would move the food.
Yeah.
It moved it perfect.
Moved the
Like,
food.
yep, down into the trash compactor.
Damn.
So I said, okay, this is how it's gonna work on the tush.
It moved the food in the trash.
It moved the food into the trash compactor, bro. Your FOT, right? This is FOT next level,
FOT,
right?
yeah.
Man, so it has 2 spray and 2 strengths.
Right.
So it has high and low. Legit. And this one has a bigger water bottle. And check this out. It works with regular water bottles too.
Dang.
Oh,
You can just screw the regular water bottle
No.
onto it.
So the water at the camp that be all cold in the ice chest. If I'm in Mexico and I gotta do what I gotta do.
You can take one of those and quench
With
the
the bum
fire
gun.
and quench the fire from the
the
hot
bum gun.
hot
Bum gun.
chiles that you had.
Yes.
Right.
You can quench the fire.
Tripa tacos.
Yes.
Easy to
yes.
use, sleek, discreet.
Right.
Sleek and
Right.
discreet.
Nah, this puts the squeeze one to shame.
Damn.
This puts the squeeze one to shame. I'm saying this one is legit. Watch the
That's
price go up because they're gonna buy it. But I got mine already, so I'm straight.
I'm
ordering
Wipe
right
your
now.
ass,
Put that in my
nigga.
cart. Put it in my cart.
I got mine
found it.
already. Legit, bro. I'm
Damn.
talking
Well,
legit,
Daniel found it.
Legit. All right, take that off the screen. Want to update y'all if y'all want to go find the bum gun. It's dope. That's it. Oh no, you
I
had
got
it.
it. I found the name.
Okay, so what's the name? We're gonna start this video. We're not gonna finish it. We're gonna start some of it because I know we started it last time. Then we didn't finish it.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we didn't even start it.
No, we did.
just-
We did a
we got
preview.
just a
We did a
preview.
preview.
Oh,
We did a preview.
That's right. So, 9 golden rules to show dominance.
All right, brothers. And maybe we just call it that next week. I don't know. We'll see. Or the golden rules to
Dominance.
show down because maybe we come up with more than 9.
Yes.
Right? So all of this leading up, and then next week will be a part 3, but we won't call it part 3. We'll change the title a little bit. Lord's will, life lasts.
Yes.
Okay. And we're gonna go over some of these things because this is what's important. Because here's why I tell you why it's important. And some might look at this and think it's chauvinistic and stuff like that. It's not in any way, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not. Going back to what we said about the power, the agency that the woman had over her head and her desire to her husband. Brothers, this is going to help you stand out, right? More as a man. Get Timothy's again.
How to rule over your wife. The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 3, and verse 5. For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of God?
Right. And part of that is also the wife, right? It talks about having the children, but it talks about the wife being in subjection as well, right? And as a man, you got to get your balls back because it might not even be your wife that has them. You got to realize that growing up in this world with that feminist movement, gosh, maybe we'll segue into that too next week. I don't know.
Esau
Damn,
got him.
remember I got the 4 waves of
90
feminism that I
seconds.
never went over and stuff like that, talking about the dating and stuff. So
A lot of stuff.
yeah, but, well, it's good though, right? It's better than not having anything to go over, right? It's better than not having anything to go over. So you got to be able to rule your own house well, and this is where kind of, if you can also kind of present yourself this way, what it does is there's something on the spiritual level that'll activate in the woman to be led by that as well, right?
60
now,
seconds.
I'm not saying it'll be foolproof, okay? Especially if you've been with your wife for a while and she starts seeing you make these changes. Initially, well, I know we were talking about it for the children, right? Your wife is headstrong because you haven't put these things into your house, right? You haven't, right? When it talks about the horse, right? Not broken, right? So there has to be a breaking process. But if you're consistent in these behaviors, there's something in your spirit that's going to speak to her feminine spirit that's going to bring this thing. It's kind of like those comedies and stuff where, I'll give you an example. Maybe this is old, people might have seen, because this is the best one that I have in my head. What's the flick with Arnold Schwarzenegger that he was with Jamie Lee Curtis, and it was True Lies.
True Lies.
True Lies. True Lies. That's a great Schwarzenegger movie. True Lies.
10 seconds.
Yeah, maybe the special effects haven't lived up to. So he was pretending that he was like a dorky computer salesman type of guy, and then she was being seduced by this other guy who was actually really a geek, but would pretend that he was macho and stuff, and she was like drawn to that. So she thought her husband was like whatever. Anyway, long story short, I don't want to spoil the whole movie for you. I mean, it's obvious from the beginning, so it's not really spoiling anything. She eventually finds out, that's the punchline of the movie, that he's like this secret agent or whatever like that, and it kind of excites her and turns her on. And like he didn't really know that she wanted that, and he didn't. And it's kind of like a satire wrapped in an action flick of kind of that whole feminist thing that, you know, women doesn't want this, she wants a man like this and that. And I'm telling you, women want a man that's gonna lead them, and you know, and not in a crass way. Right?
Yeah, not crass.
Yeah, not in a crass way, but they want that authority, right? Like you have women out here that
lead me when I want to be led.
Lead me when I want to be led,
right?
Or they want like a softer man and stuff like that. But deep down, that feminine spirit wants that masculine spirit to lead them. Like I said, but not in a crass way. But not in a crass way, right? And again, then there's variations to that, right? Like what you build in the relationship with your spouse, right? But go ahead, let's play this. We'll play a little bit of this before we move to wrap up. All right, I don't want to keep late. All right, go ahead. Come on.
Women are put on digital pedestals, getting praised just for existing. Imagine the ego boost if that were you.
Stop. So it's true. Like a lot of these sisters, that's why some of them, they like to post the pictures with a plate of food and all this other stuff, right? Maybe they're getting a whole bunch of praise at work. They get this ego boost, and it makes them feel like out of this world, right? This goes into the whole thing where, you know, where we went over like your husband is your boss, not your boss at work. And, you know, we've gone through countless examples of that stuff, but they'll get this thing because maybe they're performing well at work or whatever it is, and their head is gassed. So it's harder for them to receive what you're trying to do at home. So, but especially online, you know, they get these likes and this and that and whatever, you know, they'll throw these pictures up and they'll do these stories and all this other stuff. And a lot of it's just vanity, right? Go ahead, come on.
Set the balance. You'll be lost in her sea of online admirers. In this guide, we unveil the 9 rules to keep her ego in check. Number 1, recognizing your value. As a diligent, hardworking man, constantly pushing the boundaries and bettering yourself, you naturally stand apart from individuals who simply coast through life, relying solely on their looks.
Stop. Exactly. So there's value in having that type of discipline, right? Where not only do you have goals, because we've gone over this, where a man will game you and talk about goals, and then you learn that he actually just has ideas, not goals. Right. Because a goal, by its nature, is something that you actually work towards.
You're striving too.
What people think are goals are just ideas they talk about that someday they might want to do. And then you wind up being sorely disappointed because he sounded good when he was trying to get into the panties, right? And he was telling you, you know, I want to do this and I want to do that. Right. And what he meant was, oh, that's what I daydream about, but I didn't mean I was really gonna do anything like that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's like Kanye was like, oh, look at that ambition, right? Like he sound like he ambitious, and then you realize he's not.
He was
right?
just wishing.
He was just right, exactly. You got him from wish.com.
Damn.
It isn't about superiority, but recognizing your own value and not diminishing it for someone else's ego.
Stop. So he said the first step to keep her ego in check is to recognize your value and don't diminish yourself. So that also goes into like that scarcity mindset. Don't think that there aren't sisters out there for you.
Bring it out.
Right? Don't think that because you got to be able to realize that you're a kind of first fruits, the scripture says. And that means that you're near and dear to God, right? That flock of that pasture are men. And if you're doing everything that's prescribed in the scriptures that the Most High requires of you as a man, there's a great place for you in the kingdom of heaven. And while you might not get that honor here, just know that you will get that honor then, should you endure. That's what that Isaiah 4 is really going into, right?
It was recognize your value, right?
Recognize your own value.
Your own.
Recognize your own value.
A golden God.
Right. Not crass, not arrogantly. That goes into that confidence when we spoke about that, right? That there's a confidence in a man that you could tell when he's a phony or when he's really confident.
That's right.
Or you can tell where his confidence stems from insecurity, right? Like this whole thing of and don't overestimate your value.
The difference between confidence and arrogance is humility.
Right, right, exactly. So recognize your value. That's the first step in you getting your balls back. Is recognize your value and how special you really are, and then how much more you can build upon that and be even better. And it doesn't mean that you don't appreciate the wife or the sister that you're proving, but you really need to know and maintain. That goes into preeminence. Can we get that?
Yes,
right?
sir.
Hey, Deacon, well, they get that first. You said crest?
Crass.
Crass? How do you spell it?
Yeah, C-R-A-S-S.
Crass, all right. I'm taking notes.
You ready?
Right. So crass is, it says lacking sensitivity, refinement, or intelligence.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Stupid, insensitive,
Right.
blundering,
Yeah.
dense, thick, mindless.
Right. Okay. Go ahead. Read that.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 22.
Read it out.
In all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence.
Right. So recognize your value. That's what that's really going into. In all your works, keep to thyself the preeminence. There's more than that?
Yes. Leave not a stain in thine honor.
Leave not a stain in your honor. Meaning your name is all you got. So you got to build yourself up and maintain that reputation. Right. Preeminence doesn't just mean your authority. It means you move in a confidence as a man. Like I said, even other men can sense it, and they don't feel threatened by it. They want to be around people like that because they know that you guys can help elevate each other to go through those type of things. It's not a competition thing, right? That's part of the crassness, the arrogance of it, right? Oh, I'm a 10 or whatever it is, right? Yeah, but what does that really mean? Are you really? Why? Because of looks? Well, you might be a piece of shit and everything else, right?
Right.
So you got to kind of bring that, recognize your value, but don't put so much value on that to not think that there are other things that need to do or that you don't need to keep building yourself up. But that goes into maintaining that preeminence. Okay, go ahead, come on, play this.
There's a perception out there that many women, unfortunately, view an average man as beneath them. They often dismiss genuine individuals, labeling them as average or even simps. But isn't it intriguing how society shouts foul when the roles reverse? Factually speaking, there's a term in dating dynamics called hypergamy. Essentially, it refers to the idea that women are naturally inclined to be with men they perceive to be of higher status. If she sees you as her equal or worse, below her level, her interest dwindles.
Stop. So you hear that? Yeah. So that whole 50-50 thing and all this other stuff, right? No. Even the heavy chick basically showed you she's hypergaming. right? She said, no, I don't. Even if he is healthy, I don't want somebody bigger than me.
Right, gotta be
Hell
skinny.
no.
She's looking for that value, right? So he says, this women have this thing, and this is what I'm telling you, it's spiritual. They have these terms for it, but it's spiritual. You gotta be able to move in your preeminence confidently, genuinely. Notice the terms he used. Run that back a little bit. This is why I say it's not crass or arrogant. It's not contrived.
A little more.
You gotta be it, and you gotta believe it, not just act like it, right? Go ahead, come on.
But isn't it intriguing how society shouts foul when the roles reverse? Factually speaking, there's a term in dating dynamics called hypergamy. Essentially, it refers to the...
Go back a
Go
little
back
more.
a little more.
Give me another one. One more. Right
Yeah, I
there.
think it's there.
Go ahead.
who simply coast through life, relying solely on their looks. This isn't about superiority, but recognizing your own value and not diminishing it for someone else's ego. There's a perception out there that many women, unfortunately, view an average man as beneath them. They often dismiss genuine individuals, labeling them as average or even simps.
Stop. So he says genuine. So you're keeping to yourself the preeminence. You're recognizing your value has to be genuine. It's not a puffed up sense of value. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so maybe you're attractive, but you're a piece of shit and everything else.
Right.
So what do you have to really be confident in, right? Like, there has to be more substance to it, right? A complete man is thoroughly furnished unto all good works, right? And that has a lot, and you have a strong foundation by just being born an Israelite that has that chance to repent and be a first fruits of God, right? You have a strong foundation in that you're keeping the commandments and things like that. But then there's other things that go with it, right? And it has to be genuine. It can't be something where you just, well, let me act like I'm the shit. No, you gotta be the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, come on.
Dig it. Hold it. So, a woman can devalue you if she sees you as average or a simp.
Yes. Go ahead, come on.
But isn't it intriguing how society shouts foul when the roles reverse? Factually speaking, there's a term in dating dynamics called hypergamy. Essentially, it refers to the idea that women are naturally inclined to be with men they perceive to be of higher status. If she sees you as her equal or worse, below her level, her interest dwindles.
So stop.
Now-
So he says, if she sees you as her equal or below her level, her interest will dwindle in you, right? And it's kind of like whatever, so on and so forth. Now that don't mean that she's worth that, but that's how she sees things.
Right.
So to behoove you as a man, and part of getting your balls back, is to kind of move in that preeminence, right? Go ahead, come on.
Popular narrative is that everyone's equal, and on a fundamental human level, that's accurate. But in terms of life's achievements and personal growth, it's unrealistic to think everyone's on the same page.
Right. You know the way we're equal in that we all die like men. All right. That's the only thing that it's not equal. There's different caliber of men.
Right.
Look at the kings in Israel.
That's right.
What did the scripture say? There was like 3 good ones. Damn.
All but 3 departed from Judah.
All but 3. Damn. All but 3. The rest were trash.
Right.
All of them.
It was a few of them too.
Right. Go ahead. Come on.
Think about it. After grinding hours at the gym, holding down a demanding job, and even juggling a side hustle, do you view the perpetual couch potato engrossed in video games as your counterpart? You might say yes to avoid controversy, but deep within you acknowledge the disparity. Now apply the same logic to an attractive woman whose sole card to play is her looks.
Stop. And that's all a lot of these sisters got.
Right. Yeah.
And that served them so well in this feminist movement
Right.
that they think the box is something magical.
To be glorified.
Right.
To be glorified.
What's it called? The 40-year-old virgin.
Putting the P on a pedestal,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna stop here because we'll put some Pussalaya in play next week, all right? But this is kind of the vein of thought of what the next episode is gonna be going into, okay? So I pray everybody got some understanding, that you got some juice off of this. Go ahead and check out IUIC Denver after this, all right? You got Captain Gad on the Natives Hour, all right? He'll be going live directly after we sign off.
That's right.
And we're going to continue on with this topic. Remember, we got 9 of them. We're still dealing with the first one.
Right.
All right, so they take up pretty much the breadth of the show next week. And like I said, these next few episodes I've been trying to build I'm trying not to leave the threads out there. I'm trying to build, and build back to kind of the men building themselves up and moving forward, all right? Let's not forget to support the Booster Club. Let's not forget to get your beard gains at getbeardgains.com and go get your merch on originalroyalty.com. We got a lot more stuff coming out, okay, as the weeks evolve. Lord's will be dropping something else this weekend.
Yep.
All right, so y'all see what's up, and we'll keep going into that, all right? Okay, all right. So with that, we say shalom.
Shalom.
This for the Southern Kingdom, Kwame Yasharala.
Hey, one nation, one nation.
This for the Northern Kingdom, Viva la Raza.
We one nation, one nation.
This for the Southern Kingdom, Kwame Yasharala.
Hey, one nation, one nation.
This for the Northern Kingdom, Viva la Raza.
We one nation, one nation.
It wouldn't be Israel without Mexicans. Black love, brown pride, cause we next to kin. We ain't gotta tell Esau to let's be friends, cause we above all nations and we better than them. We the salt of the earth, ayy, ayy. And we been king since birth, ayy, ayy. We put the kingdom first, ayy, ayy. And they gon' get this work, ayy, ayy. We was chosen, not cause we the most of the people. Few in numbers, but we over the people. We gods of this earth, we ain't supposed to